You know, I was desperately getting told that Donald Trump's control of the United States is slipping. Everyone hates him now. He has no influence. Everything's splitting apart. We're getting invaded and conquered by Islamists and communists. Well, I have fantastic news. Today we have to talk about absolute massive Donald Trump W's over the communists and Islamists. So, you know, if you were expecting bad news today, I am sorry to disappoint your depressive ass. All right, fantastic stuff happened, and I am here to talk about it in the least homosexual way possible. And, you know, I got a comment asking me a very solid question. Why do you make that joke? Why do you not want to cover news in homosexual ways? Do you hate gay men? Do I hate gay men? Only if they're having sex with other men, obviously. Lock in, boys and girls. Crazy deep dive to talk about. Very exciting stuff. The Donald is absolutely dominating every single election in the country. All right, we have never seen anything like this before, ever. All right, because currently the right wing, especially the far right, as a lot of people like to call normal human people that are against the idea of importing rapists from the third world, are absolutely dominating the public culture. Literally, unironically, a complete and utter total cultural domination. The lukewarm rhino Republicans that were out there being like, well, actually, I really like every million Indians that come into the country. It makes me very excited. Well, fantastic news for everyone that's not those guys. They're losing. The Donald endorsed 9 for the Senate and won 9 for the Senate. He endorsed 101 for the House and won 101 for the House. He endorsed 8 for governor and won 8 for governor. Every single Republican that he endorsed won their primary. Every single one. This is unprecedented. Now, speaking of unprecedented, we have to talk about the Iran situation because something insane happened. If Iran surrenders, admits their navy is gone, resting at the bottom of the sea, and their air force is no longer with us, and if their entire military walks out of Tehran, weapons dropped, hands high, each yelling, I surrender, while wildly waving the representative white flag, and if their entire remaining leadership signs all necessary documents of surrender and admits to their defeat to the great power and force of the magnificent USA, the failing New York Times, the China Street Journal, the corrupt and now irrelevant CNN, and all other members of the fake news media will headline that Iran had a masterful and brilliant victory over the United States of America. It wasn't even close. The Democrats and media have totally lost their way. They've gone absolutely crazy. President DJT. True. Now, it got even better. So he made this tweet, and a lot of people are talking about it for very similar reasons, because no one's falling for this. He lied to us. All right, so he said, based on possible bad weather conditions tomorrow, we will be having our cabinet meeting at the White House, and we'll be postponing the cabinet trip to Camp David. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. Now, the weather was not bad. There was no possible bad weather. This is a lie, and this is the Donald doing his classic nefarious Donald manipulation techniques that we've grown to know and love. Now, a lot of people hate that he does this. I actually don't. I think that he does these tweets as some sort of public policy. He needs to give some sort of obvious excuse as to why he's not doing a thing, and knowingly not giving the real reason for it. The real reason for this probably is because Trump doesn't trust someone in that White House. Whether it's someone leaking information to the enemy, as we know that there is a mole that we have been investigating. Many people, like Tucker Carlson, has been served letters. People from the CIA have acknowledged that they are monitoring him and monitoring his calls now. So we know that that's happening. Either it's a leaker or it's someone who's working with the enemy to assassinate him. Who knows? I don't. And Donald Trump does not want to tell us. But this is fucking crazy, by the way, for anyone paying attention, because there was no bad weather. I'm just saying it's a little bit fishy and suspicious. Now, being that Donald Trump is completely and utterly dominating Iran, despite the fact that the Democrats are ruthlessly rooting for the rapist pedophiles in charge of Iran to continue raping goats and children as much as they can, because Democrats love child rape. It's their favorite thing, actually. I don't know if you're aware. They love doing that. They love it so much. That's why they all get donations from Jeffrey Epstein and open the border to child sex traffickers and import rapists and pedophiles. They must love that shit. Otherwise, I can't possibly understand it. Now, the Donald, who's absolutely dominating in the negotiation battlefield because we have completely militarily and economically destroyed Iran is turning the internet back on. It was one of Trump's demands, and it seems like it's happening. It's being turned back on across Iran. 88% of Iran currently has internet. And for the record, yes, it is censored. Yes, they can't access everything, but this is so much better than the media blackout that they've been under for, I think, 3 months. 3 months of absolute internet blackout. Complete and utter insanity. Finally, that's getting turned on. And of course, the left is like, no, no, don't give human rights to the people or something. You know, the Trump scrapped his Camp David meeting, ordered the entire cabinet back to the White House. Something suspicious is going on. Rubio says deal is one word away, 90% complete. Trump is holding the hammer, and he pinned the Arab world against Iran, which happened. Everyone seems completely stunned by the deal. All right, the deal that Trump is asking for is not this little, okay, we'll go back to what Obama wanted. No, 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 no. They've been begging for that for a very long time. Anyone that thinks this is a capitulation on the Orange Man's behalf, in my opinion, is completely and utterly psyoped by the retards. Trump has a plan, and he is foraging forward, and he actually has some sort of idea and visualization of what he wants the world to look like when he's done. He's reshaped the entire global order, all right? He basically put a wedge between us and NATO and the UN, based as fuck the UN and fuck NATO. And he also simultaneously liberated Venezuela. We're getting oil from there. Iran is crap, all right? China can't get oil from there. China now is buying oil from us. He's just basically reshaped the entire standard world order. He has some sort of idea, and he's not taking any shit from anybody. You know, Israel's telling him to keep bombing them, and he's like, no, he has some sort of alternative plan. And on the other end of the spectrum, you have traitors and retards like Joe Kent from counterterrorism who quit like completely shamefully, saying we just have to stop the war right now and just leave and cut our losses. And he's like, no, obviously he has an idea, and I trust that. All right, so I'm not going to fall into the camp of the complete dipshit neocon saying, no, we must bomb the fuck out of them now. And I'm not falling for the propaganda of the other side saying, no, Iran is winning. You have to be a complete retard if you think Iran is winning. Now, the Donald dropped this one in middle of the night, as he does.
You know, I'm knocking some of these Democrats. They're really like dumb people. And I said, you know, they should be called Democrats. It's only a one-letter change.
True.
No E, and you put a U in.
He's so right.
They're Democrats.
Literally, fire, Mr. President. You have roasted them and destroyed them with memes. And on the ballots. All right, so just to understand, there is zero doubt that Donald Trump is in complete and total control of the Republican Party. He beat every single Republican in every single state with his endorsement. Remember how everyone was screaming and yelling, crying and bitching that Thomas Massie, he got his election stolen because the Jews paid for his opponent or something? Bro, every single Trump endorsement won. All of them. And the complete dumb fucks are just falling for the slopaganda. Just to understand, John Cornyn, this retard, he was like one of these open borders, retard rhinos, anti-based Republicans that was voting against the SAVE Act and all this shit. And he just endorsed the other guy and he lost miserably, completely miserably. This is an incumbent. He's been in office for like a decade, and it's over. It's just over. Trump said, you know what? Fuck you. He picked the other guy, and it's over.
Again, this was one of the best. I just said Tarrant was one of the best Cornyn counties in the preliminary. This county was even better, okay, for Cornyn. Cornyn beat Paxton here solidly in the preliminary. But again, looking at the early vote right here, Paxton's absolutely trouncing him.
How'd that happen?
So
this was like a staunch district for Cornyn, and then Trump was like, absolutely not, and then boom, complete landslide, 2/3 of the vote went to the other guy. Like, bro, people are, Trump is losing control of MAGA. Bro, Trump is MAGA, and you know what MAGA stands for? Make Africans go away. That's right, it's the mass deportation party. Trump is not going to be around to realize it. I know it. He's going way too weak on the deportations, if you ask me. But the next fucker is going to come in, and that dude's going to go crazy. And it's going to happen. As it happens right now, I am super happy with the reforming that we're seeing in the Republican Party. The Republican Party is not going to be a party of retards and limp-dicked pussies that are just going to sit there and get trampled by the third world anymore. And if Trump wants them out, they're going to leave. But the polls said differently. Well, Vice President JD dropped a bar on that one.
Polls show that a majority of D.C. residents don't support the Guard here. So what's your message to the majority of D.C. residents?
I'm highly skeptical that a majority of D.C. residents don't want their city to have better public safety and more reasonable safety standards within Washington, D.C. I don't know what poll you're talking about. Maybe the same polls that said Kamala Harris would win the popular vote by 10 points.
Oh, yeah. So all the polls that are saying that, the polls are saying that Trump is losing control of the Republican Party. Yeah, those might be the same polls that said Kamala Harris was going to be president of the United States. Now, Ken Paxton, this guy just won his primary.
I'll support President Trump's America First agenda and finally secure our nation's elections by passing the Save America Act.
There it is. But where's John Cornyn? Why didn't John Cornyn do that? Now, there's so much more interesting information about this. Like, for example, did you know that John Cornyn, the retard that just lost his election, was funded by the leading Jewish American organization and AIPAC and the RJC and all these other Jewish groups? You mean to tell me that AIPAC can't just handpick elections and just win all of them? You mean to tell me that AIPAC actually has next to no power in comparison to the word of Donald J. Trump, President of the United States, most popular politician in the country by a landslide? You mean to tell me that the reason why Thomas Massey lost had nothing to fucking do with the Jews? It was just because he fucking sucked? He was a schizo? We'll talk about him in a bit because he's been crashing out on the timeline. But I am just saying, all right, if AIPAC truly controlled America, then this dude would have won his election. And he did it, because Trump voted for the other guy, which he should have, because this guy fucking sucks. All right, just to be clear. Ken Paxton wins Republican primary runoff 62-37. That is not even close, by the way. That is, like, not even close. And the Donald, to dance on the ashes of his opponents, magnanimously, I might add. Congratulations to Ken Paxton on such a tremendous win, and to John Cornyn for having run a strong and powerful race, but more importantly, having a truly great career. What a magnanimous guy. John will remain my friend for a long time to come, as we both watched Ken become a fantastic common sense senator, one who is respected by all. His opponent, Alfred E. Newman, might be the worst Texas candidate I've ever seen. A strong open borders advocate, weak on crime, believes there are 6 genders, is insulting to Jesus Christ, will never support the military, was a big mask wearer until recently, and is a vegan who dislikes meat. Oh, God. Not exactly a good way to be if you want to win an election in Texas. Jasmine Crockett, a very low IQ individual who is no relation to the legendary frontiersman Davy Crockett, who would have been a far better choice for the Democrats. I will do some nice, big, beautiful rallies for Ken in Texas. Texas will be fun. God bless America. Bro, dude, we have the GOAT in the White House, man. So many people are complaining that he doesn't do all of the things, but I am so happy with the way the culture in our country is evolving. Can I just say, we're living at a time where believing in 6 genders, insulting Jesus Christ, not supporting the military, being a mask wearer, and being a vegan, like, these are actual strikes against him in our culture today. That didn't exist in 2020. In 2020, those would have been positives. And right now, they are each one an ultimate negative, that each one as a standalone would lose him his election. Understand, bro. So James Tallarico is terrified. He is going to be running in the midterms against Ken Paxton, it seems. Ken Paxton is the most corrupt politician in America. He embodies the broken system we're running against. It's time to come together. The people versus Ken Paxton. Well, Ken Paxton won. All right, and he's hopefully going to wipe the floor with you, too. Now, James Tallarico, for those of you understanding, he is a very interesting character. He is running for Senate in Texas, claiming to be a Christian, while simultaneously having some really interesting, albeit heretical beliefs.
Something that you love that's not family or friends.
All right, what do you love the most, Tallarico? What do you love? If you could think of something you love, what is it that you love? I'm not, this is not AI. What you're about to witness is a real human being, unfortunately.
I love, I'm just saying this because it's on my mind, the trans children who showed up yesterday at the state capitol to add.
What do you love, James Tallarico? Trans children! The leftist party. Yeah, and listen, everyone gives me so much pushback when I say that the Democrats are the party of pedophiles. Like, are we being real here? Like, are we being serious? Like, dude, this is the worst thing I've ever seen in my entire life. These people fucking suck. It's unreal. All right. James Tallarico's church, where they say a sermon that the trans community needs abortion care. They're pushing trans book on kids. Among the books in the church library is The Book is Gay, which lays out the ins and outs of gay sex for kids. And as someone who covers the news every day in the least homosexual way possible, literally fuck this heretic. I absolutely cannot stand this reform ideology where it's like, oh yeah, I believe in God. The Bible, of course, it's the word of God. I just think he was wrong about like half of it. Fuck you and fuck whatever satanic demon you are actually worshiping. This shit sucks, man. And your time is nigh. It's over, bro. We are done with this. The culture has moved on. For those thinking Massey lost because of Israel money and not because President Trump has an ironclad grip on the GOP, explain Bill Cassidy, explain Tom Tillis, explain Liz Cheney. I'm curious to see how John Cornyn will go. Well, spoilers, he lost. Spoilers, it didn't work out. So this is the scorecard for Donald Trump 2026, and it's shocking.
Races and Senate races. This is his scorecard, okay?
Yeah.
He has endorsed 8 governors. Now, some of these races weren't real close, didn't have a lot of competition, but some of them did. I mean, we saw what happened in Louisiana, the primary with Bill Cassidy. We saw what happened a week ago tonight with Tom.
Basically, all of them. All right, I'm not going to sit here and play a clip of pure and utter glazing. All right, I don't want to play this clip of a man just sucking the cock of another man. This is the least homosexual news coverage on the planet. I'm not going to do that. But essentially, that's what's going on there. Now, Al Green just lost his primary. All right, for those of you that don't remember Al Green, he was the guy trying to impeach Trump for dastardly deeds.
I rise to announce that the movement to impeach the president has begun. I rise to announce.
Just because I look like a Neanderthal, that doesn't mean I don't have the right to impeach the elected president.
That I will bring articles of impeachment against the president for dastardly deeds proposed.
That's right, baby. He wanted to impeach Trump for dastardly deeds. It didn't work. Much to the surprise of me personally, I totally thought this time they would get him. You know, they tried to kill him, they tried to jail him. You know, but this time I thought it was gonna. Well, it didn't happen. Al Green lost his primary by 37 points. Just heartbreaking. And the Donald had to dance on his grave a little bit. Congratulations to the Democrat Party. Al Green, one of the most mentally deficient congressmen in the history of our country, has lost in a landslide his seat in Congress. But I will miss that lunatic not screaming and violently waving his cane at me during my next State of the Union speech. Make America great again. My God, he just keeps winning. It's unbelievable. All right, Democrat Rep. Al Green lost his congressional seat in Texas after he tried so hard to impeach Donald Trump, and he lost it badly. Bro, Trump is just killing these people. All right, this dude is out there. He's the incumbent. He won his last elections. He's going up. He's doing his best. Right, he makes Trump the sole focus of his election, loses miserably. And many such cases. Right, Trump has raped the minds of a generation in the most fantastic way possible. Sex therapist who vowed to put, quote, American Zionists into castration centers loses Texas Democratic primary. It's so bad, Mo. They're losing all their fuckers. Wow. All of a sudden, China's starting to pay for our oil, and we're investigating Hassan Piker, and all that shit falls apart. That's crazy. Now, Thomas Massie, who lost his primary, also because Trump endorsed the other guy. Now, a lot of people think Trump endorsed the other guy because he didn't want to fund Israel or something. That shit's stupid, and also not true. Trump endorsed the other guy because Thomas Massie started the entire Jeffrey Epstein slander campaign on Donald Trump, saying that Donald Trump was part of the Epstein class, that he's a pedophile protector, that it's a pedophile administration. All right, he pushed all that shit. He made unbelievable amounts of slander against that man with zero evidence, which is bad on its own right. And if I was Trump, I would endorse the other guy just because this guy was calling him a pedophile for like a year now. All right, but worse than that, all right, he voted to fucking defund ICE. He voted for open borders. He voted against the big, beautiful bill, which is literally the keystone of Trump's entire economic policy. All right, he voted against open border. He voted against ICE funding. He voted against all this shit. All right, literally get him out. Get him out. All these libertarians, bro. These guys suck, dude. They really do. All right, so just to be clear, all right, so he has this whole meet the press, big interview because he lost miserably. The entire leftist apparatus was trying their absolute best to astroturf him and get him to win. He was on the Young Turks, bro. The Young Turks endorsed him for a Republican seat. All right, well, he lost miserably.
Can we expect you to name more names in the coming weeks and months?
Yes. Todd Blanche is violating the law. There's still millions of files they haven't released.
Right,
we know from talking to the
He's going to release the names.
victims' lawyers that their own 302 forms haven't been released.
Can you believe this? He loses his election miserably. They get him on an interview, and he's like, Epstein.
We know that files have been over-redacted. I have released at least 3 names of billionaires who are implicated in this.
And he slandered a whole bunch of other guys.
I don't think it's possible to get to convictions with Todd Blanche at the top.
That's right. It's somebody else. That's the problem. Thomas Massie said he'll publicly read the names of the Epstein clients. Why didn't you yet? Are you a pedophile protector? Why didn't you yet? Now, this is Thomas Massie, by the way.
I have got to get past May 19th. If I lose on May 19th, I am not doing any more government ever.
All right. If he loses his primary, he is never, ever doing anything again in the government ever. Anyway, he's filing to run again in 2028.
I'm not.
So this is a lie.
Not running for president, not running for governor. It's a sign from God or the people or both that
Right, so if he loses on May 19th, it's a sign for the people. He ends up losing on May 19th, and he crashes out and cries about how Israel sponsored his opponent. It's truly incredible stuff. It really is. Like, it's unbelievable the level of grift you have to deal with. Thomas Massey said, quote, "If I lose on May 19th, I'm not doing this anymore. It's a sign from God." Yet he's filing to run for federal office again in 2028. Because he's a lying grifter. Maybe that's why. Thomas Massey made this tweet: "I'll be exposing the swamp for 7 more months before you could get to unwrap your present from the globalist billionaires." Dog, you have been here for 14 years. This is like such horse shit. It's crazy. Thomas Massey has been in Congress for 14 years, and he didn't expose anything. But in the next 7 months, now he's gonna, because he's a grifter, because he's a huge grifter, schizophrenic, and that's why he lost miserably. Right, dude, it's tiring watching these people. They're pathetic. In fact, in one of the most brutal debates I've ever seen in my entire life, Anna Kasparian from the Young Turks, which by the way endorsed a Republican. I wonder why. It's almost like it's because he's backstabbing Trump every fucking time he can. Right? She was debating this dude, and he fucking killed her.
It's interesting that you talk about Zionist billionaires, because actually Jeff Yass funded Thomas Massey's campaign as well. I find it interesting that you don't talk about NIAC, the National Iranian American Council. I find it interesting you don't talk about the Council on American Islamic Relations. I find it interesting you don't talk about the Jordanian Muslims, the Marouk family, who also funded him. You don't talk about the Iranian Joe Kini, who I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly. I find it interesting that you're talking about how AIPAC has this ability to simply fund elections with any money they want.
Which, by the way, they just lost their election in Texas, AIPAC, by the way.
Yet Maureen Galindo, who said that American Zionists need to be put in internment camps, actually won her election yesterday. Chris Rabb, who said that the Bondi Beach massacre, which killed 10 Jews by an Islamist, including a 9-year-old girl, Matilda, he said it was a false flag. He won his election yesterday. So if AIPAC is, buying any election they want, how come they didn't buy those elections? Why did they allow those candidates to win? So again, if you want to focus on money, then sure, Thomas Massey also raised $15 million from Islamist groups, from far-left Democrats. He went on your show repeatedly. But look, Kamala Harris raised $1 billion.
He did not go on our show repeatedly.
He only went once, actually. I love how she has zero refutation to anything that he says. Actually, he only went on my show once. It wasn't repeatedly.
Excuse me. He went on your show the day before the election, all right?
You can't just lie.
You can't just lie. It wasn't repeatedly, though.
He came on for a second.
Go on your show the day
he was only there for a second, guys.
For the election.
Technical issues and had to drop off.
I am making the point that even if you have money in politics, which I want to get rid of, that still doesn't translate into forcing Kentuckians to not support a candidate. Kamala Harris had $1 billion and she still lost. What, you're telling me that 60,000 Kentuckians who wanted strong borders, who wanted DHS funded, who didn't believe that Donald Trump was a pedophile, they were forced into voting against Thomas Massey? No, they didn't like the guy. That's what elections come down to. Thomas Massey.
That's right.
Raised roughly $14 million. Ed raised roughly $19 million. But the idea that you can fool the people of Kentucky into voting for someone who they don't actually support is ludicrous. So again, if Kamala Harris raised $1 billion, then using your logic, if money is what determines outcomes of elections, then how come she lost? So yes, it's true. When you have an
he was a terrible candidate.
In particular,
there it is.
Oh, so I would.
So was Thomas Massey, the Republican who was for open borders and backstabbing Trump. Exactly.
Argue that's Thomas Massey who was campaigning with individuals like Ryan Matta, who was wearing an American Reich sweater.
Bro, he was campaigning with the Young Turks. There is no bigger slight against someone on the Republican side that would go on the Young Turks for an endorsement. All right? You really want to get endorsed by Cenk Uygur? Open borders, communist, Islamist, pro-terrorism? You want that endorsement and run for Republican primaries? Bro, it's over. It's so over. Yes, he was a nightmare candidate, and that is why he lost. All right? Everyone, these people are complete retards. They don't live in reality. It's just Trump's world, and we're living in it. Now, in the twist of the century, it seems like Hassan Piker is actually going to jail. And not only that, he is already snitching on all of his co-conspirators. In fact, it's a really dark day for communism. Insane updates on this front. All right, so first, it is official. The Treasury Department is now investigating Hassan Piker and Code Pink, who hosted his trip to Cuba.
The Treasury Department is now investigating Piker and Code Pink, who hosted his trip to Cuba.
That's
the feds
right.
are looking at funding for the trip, which some think is tied to the Chinese Communist Party.
Ooh, this is getting a lot hairier now.
Also under scrutiny,
That's called treason, by the way. All right, you got a lot of morons being like, but freedom of speech to talk about his opinion for Cuba. No, you see, there's a fine line between freedom of speech and treason, and Hassan Piker seems to find himself on the other side of that line.
Businessman and social activist Neville Roy Singham.
Remember that name.
Who has donated to Code Pink in the past and has alleged ties to China through his business dealings. The investigation is looking at his trip, which involved as many as 40 American citizens who joined what is being called a Marxist convoy to Havana. The Trump administration wants to know if Piker and Code Pink violated U.S. laws and sanctions in support of Cuba's communist government. For now, nobody has been charged.
Yeah, so far. But we'll see. It's gonna be bad. Now, to be clear, everyone is happy about this. This is the unifying moment of all time. All right, so here we have this guy, Congressman Randy Fine. Literally, he goes on Newsmax. He goes on the news to blast Hassan Piker.
Your thoughts on these latest allegations against Piker?
Well, both of these individuals are funded by overseas influencers that support terrorism.
That's right.
I have to deal with these Code Pink lunatics on Capitol Hill when they come around, and they shut up because I always demand that they tell me how much they're getting paid, and they don't want to answer that question. If they went to Cuba, if they interfered with our sanction policy, federal policy, they should go to jail. And in the case of Hassan Piker, I hope it goes one step further. He's from Turkey. I hope we denaturalize and we deport him.
The GOAT! Oh my God, the GOAT! The GOAT. Bro, Hassan Piker is gonna get whacked with the Hebrew hammer. It is over, bro. It is over, brosif.
And send him back. These are not people who love America. These are not people that share American values. These are the enemy within, and we need to deal with them accordingly.
Oh my God, you're not allowed to call them the enemy within. You just did. What are you gonna do?
And yet the left seems so enamored with Piker. Why is that?
Because
the left loves terrorism, actually.
Because much of the left hates America now. That's been the most disheartening thing about my year in Congress. 30 years ago, Republicans and Democrats had different ways to make America successful, but both sides loved America and wanted it to be successful. A large percentage of the Democrats who serve in Congress hate America and seek its destruction. If you think Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib want a successful United States, you are out of your mind. But they are not isolated. They are now mainstream on that.
Is there anything similar between Rashida Tlaib, Muslim, Ilhan Omar, Muslim, and Hassan Piker, Muslim? No, I don't think they have anything in common, actually.
That side of the aisle. Not every Democrat hates America, but many of them do, and they're the ones that have embraced Hassan Piker, another person who hates America.
It's a funny coincidence that they all have the same faith, actually. Now, Hassan Piker is literally trying to make my day better by having public crash outs.
But it's so strange because like this is not even beneficial for any of these people, right? It's not even beneficial. And they don't get it. They don't understand it. Like, who is this for is the question.
For me.
Is it for you?
Me. Yeah.
Is this helpful for you if I go to fucking prison? No.
Yes, actually. Yes.
It's not.
It is. I disagree. I totally disagree. Actually, it is. Yes. Is it helpful for you if you step on a cockroach that's in your kitchen? Yep. Actually, yes. Yeah, actually, I like that the cockroach is dead. Anyway, Hassan Piker, bro, you don't understand. The entire internet came together on this one. You got center left. You got far right. Everyone is singing Kumbaya around the campfire watching this dude collapse.
Please, President Trump, I'll gulp your Cheeto dry. Just let me stay in America.
No! Just pure and utter misery for the Piker household. This dude's getting fucking destroyed everywhere, but it's not only him, actually. Now, this is a bigger story that no one wants to actually address. Hassan Piker might actually be a linchpin in destroying absolute and utter destruction that is coming into our country from China and other communists. All right, breaking. New report from UN Watch reveals that the UN experts accepted millions of dollars from China, Russia, and Qatar before attacking the U.S., Israel, and the West. Pretty interesting stuff, honestly. All right, and obviously it's a whole report. But the point is, they are taking millions from China, Russia, and Qatar, and then they're attacking us. Isn't that weird? Don't you find that weird? In fact, Spanish police raided the headquarters of Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez's ruling Socialist Party. Oh my God! More communists getting absolutely raped. That's brutal. Don't like to hear that. Now, Zoran Mamdani, just to understand how the communism infiltration happens, all right, this guy's the mayor of New York right now. He got complete fucking retards to vote for him because he promised them free shit, all right, and he got the immigrants he told all the immigrants, hey, you're in America, and you hate America, and you hate white people. Why don't I just take the stuff from the white people and give it to you? And all the migrants are like, holy shit, this guy's so fucking based. I love the way he says that. Allah, it's so based when he got this man in office. It was so awesome. Alhamdulillah. Anyway, so this is what he had to say.
When necessary, we will take aggressive legal action to remove negligent owners and property managers.
I don't even know what that means. What does that mean, remove them?
And for buildings that have suffered chronic neglect, we will work to transfer ownership to responsible stewards.
That's right. If they subjectively decide that they don't like your building, they will just transfer the ownership to somebody else. The communism, they're just going to confiscate your house. Welcome to New York, baby.
Stewards that include community land trusts, nonprofits.
That's right. They're going to transfer the ownership from you to the community.
Nonprofits, or even the tenants themselves.
I bet you that will not happen. It'll all go to the state. All right, let's be honest. All right, so this is just straight up communism, by the way. All right, just to understand how the infiltration actually works. So Hassan Piker, who campaigned to get that guy elected, is obviously a very important agent for the Chinese Communist Party or whatever other foreign interest is trying to rape our country. All right, just understand. So this is Hassan basically kind of sort of admitting that he broke federal law.
And I'm not going to lie to you guys. It's not great.
Let's go.
The news
Jail.
is not great.
Put him away.
Okay?
Lock him the
I mean, it's
fuck up.
bullshit. But
Yeah, it's bullshit.
still not
God,
great.
he's so scared.
That,
He's so scared. It's amazing. I love it.
you know, they're after your boy. They're up my ass.
They're up his ass. They're after your boy. All right, so he knows he broke federal law, in my opinion. I think he knows all this, and he's terrified that he's going to jail. Now, if you actually want to see a little bit of Nuxtradamus magic, all right, you can look at some of my videos covering his Cuba trip. Hassan Piker will be arrested for his Cuba trip 2 months ago. And also another video over here, Hassan responded he's going to go to jail. I am just saying, Nuxtradamus strikes again. It's really good. All right, definitely subscribe. But anyway, so, saying the quiet part out loud, far left streamer Hassan Piker names Neville Roysingham as the funding vehicle behind political operations that operate under nonprofit labels. Now, my favorite thing is the fact that, you got this billionaire in China that's out there, funding Hassan as this astroturfed fuckboy trying to promote communism, and he's just dumb as fucking mud. He's just dumb as rocks. All right, and they're trying their best to astroturf this guy, and he's just fucking stupid as shit, and he ends up exposing their entire operation. Fox News has now hired reporters to monitor Hassan Piker's Twitch stream all day. This seems like the kind of punishment Zeus would come up with when one of the Greek mortals were, a bit of an asshole. It's, forced to watch Hassan Piker's streams all day, I guess. Now, this is an old clip of Hassan that just resurfaced, and it's pretty insane because he basically admits to treason in this clip.
I want to go to Cuba. Would you be down?
I fucking love Cuba.
Oh yeah, you'd be down?
Yeah, I filmed a
I think I
documentary
got,
there once.
The Cuban government actually hit my contact from the embassy.
Oh, he's in direct contact with the communist adversarial government, literally torturing the Cuban people. Isn't that fucking awesome that he admits this shit? I don't know how he admits this, and he's doing it for free.
And told him that if the
And I'm sure you have all the people around him just trying to fucking kill him before he says anything. His lawyers immediately just shooting themselves in the head.
only thing stopping us from coming to Cuba was the
This dude's doing the big slurps. He's like, yo, fucking stop.
internet access. We can make it happen.
Stop.
Yeah, Cuba is sick.
Wait, we
the government reached out to you.
So yeah, of course.
Ah!
It's
No, don't admit that our adversarial government that we have sanctions on is talking to you directly to do propaganda for them. No, don't admit that you're literally abating a foreign enemy. No, that's treason. Assad, please. But he's fucking retarded. Man, you see, my favorite thing about this saga is not only is he cartoonishly evil, torturing his dog, going to brothels in Germany that sex traffic children, cartoonishly evil support of every Islamic terrorist he could fucking think of. He just fucking admits to be working with foreign governments.
well, not recently.
Oh, no, yeah. Bro, it's just so bad. So he reacted to this clip that went viral. And dude, his reaction is even better.
None of this is illegal, okay? As an American,
doing propaganda for a foreign adversary is illegal. That is providing material support to a foreign enemy. It is considered treason, punishable by death or up to 10 years in prison. All right, hello?
American citizen, you can...
You're an American citizen. You can literally do treason as an American citizen. I love that he thinks this is a defense.
literally be in correspondence with individuals in another country The American restriction.
I love how he like waters down every description he ever makes. He's doing propaganda for a foreign adversary, and he's like, you can talk to people in other countries. Yeah. All right, Hassan, let's see how this works.
On this stuff are fucking idiotic. I have a journalism visa.
He disagrees with America's sanctions against an adversary. Well, that makes it okay to do propaganda for a foreign enemy.
What the fuck are you talking about?
He has a journalism visa. He could do terrorism now.
And what's really funny about it is that every single media outlet that goes to Cuba does this as well.
No,
CNN,
they actually don't do propaganda. They do reporting. You did propaganda. And if you were caught to be funded by a foreign power like China, you're actually fucked.
Al Jazeera, ABC, fucking Fox News.
I love how he thinks, like, this is how leftists operate. They just make believe they don't understand things. And then just completely render every form of conversation meaningless because they just make believe they don't understand words. No one is saying you can't report on Cuba. Yes, Fox News does report on Cuba, true. A, not positively, and B, they don't get funded by China to do propaganda for foreign enemies, which is what you did. He's like, but other people talk to people in Cuba too. Like, actually retarded.
Every goddamn American news outlet that has been to Cuba has done this.
None of them got funding from China to do propaganda for Cuba. None of them. All right, which is what we're talking about here. He knows that. He knows that. He just thinks he can get away with it. Now, I think this is insane. The fact that he names Neville Roy Singham. Like, this dude is chirping. He is chirping and squealing for free. He could have saved this shit for a plea deal, but he's just giving it to you.
I think that ultimately the target is probably Singham and his operation from PSL to Answer Coalition to Co-Pink, like anything that he has ever financed. And it's not new. It's been around for a while, but it's obviously it's held through regardless because
like
it's
a canary,
ridiculous, right? It's like totally fucking ridiculous.
Oh, it's cinema. It's just so good. It's just so good.
To try and you know, to try and stop like the political advocacy of an American citizen.
Yeah, no one's trying to stop your political advocacy. They're just not a fan of treason.
Right? Roy Singham is an American citizen. He lives in China.
Please describe more about this guy.
Now.
Yeah. He lives in China where?
He's a centimillionaire. I think he like has almost $1 billion.
Hassan Piker hates billionaires so much he even gets funded by them to do propaganda for foreign terrorists.
Not sure how much money he has now,
allegedly,
but
allegedly,
he's been a funding vehicle for a lot of like political, political movements in the country,
really?
like a lot of activism.
Oh, he's funding a lot of the activism in the country. Interesting. So it's all astroturf. That's why you guys keep losing.
And they hate that shit. Like, the American government hates that shit.
Yep, the American government really does hate when foreign powers and foreign countries are literally funding terrorism in our country. Can't believe it.
So they're trying to
Please
jam
keep describing
him up.
It.
You know? They're trying to hit him on anything and everything they possibly can.
I love how Hassan, he does this to sound smart, and he ends up coming off as, like, the most inbred retard you've ever seen in your life. Right? Turns out PSL, which is what Hassan just named, has a lot of Reddit moderators and therefore subreddits under its control. The right r/the right can't mean, Gen Z dong, late stage capitalism. These are all subreddits that are literally all run by this. Effectively, the entire tanky faction of Reddit is directly influenced by China. Thanks for the info, Hassan. This guy is a complete fucking idiot, and he doesn't even realize it. This is just Hassan talking about his childhood.
You know, I never had much as a kid. Just loving parents, and stability in a mansion, and a thriving baked goods enterprise for me to inherit. Useless crap like that. You know,
bro, just literally, and then he just comes out here, fucking hates us, all right? And everyone is shitting on him. It's truly incredible. You know, the claim is that Hassan went to Cuba on humanitarian grounds. The reality is he very likely violated the very serious restrictions that make humanitarian travel legal. All right, just to understand, Hassan states that he went to expose what the U.S. government did to Cuba. All right. Humanitarian travelers must run a full-time schedule that enhances contact, supports civil society, promotes Cuba's people's independence. He didn't do any of that. He did gay nightclubs and shit and stole electricity from hospitals to kill some children. Like, allegedly. Like, you understand how badly this guy fucked up? It's crazy. Right now, Sneeko, Muslim, did an entire massive talk about why we must defend Hassan Piker despite their ongoing beef. Oh, he's so brave. Hassan has been attacking him, and yet he is still he is still going to be pro-Hassan. The only reason why they're doing it is because Hassan has been critical of Trump.
It's a clear double standard in
It's a double standard.
the justice system. And what
Such a double standard. For the record, the left has been doing this to the right for years. The left has been locking up people on the right for shit that's not even anywhere nearly as bad as this. They've been censoring us. They've been banning us. They've been debanking us. They've been jailing us. All right, look at the Jan 6ers that were all in jail on sham trials. People like Derek Chauvin, who's still in jail, even though George Floyd died of a fentanyl overdose because of a show trial. His partner, that the other guy, the Asian guy, that's also in jail. Like, you understand how insane this is? And he's like, no, they just hate. He's just critical for Trump, and that's why they're jailing him for terrorism. It's fucking crazy. I love this. It's actually amazing that he's doing this. So Sneako's obviously very mad about it. He's Muslim. Very mad about this. Also, Sneako had this to say.
But like when I was like 14, I thought I was gay. I watched gay porn. It's not for me. It's not for me. I saw bro, I went to a gay nightclub with my gay friends. Like I went to go visit my friend in Massachusetts.
Yeah, anyway, so I don't know how that clip got in here. I meant to do this clip.
Can I get all that? Yeah, can I get a mojito, a Moscow Mule, and a tequila shot?
Oh, sorry, that's just Sneako, a Muslim ordering alcohol at a bar because he thought the stream was off. My bad. I don't know why they included that either. Now, Myron Gaines did the same thing. Muslim. Myron Gaines gives Hassan Piker life-saving advice and a winning strategy after he was subpoenaed. He's like, no, please, Hassan, we must rescue Hassan.
Step 1, get this subpoena. Read the subpoena. Step 2, hire a lawyer that specializes in OFAC. Step 3, optional, but I highly suggest you do it just based on what I think the government's going to bring you in for. Hire a criminal defense lawyer that specializes in espionage. Pay for the consult. Maybe retain him as a lawyer. Maybe he can.
Anyway, bro goes on a 3-minute tirade giving fantastic advice for Hassan to survive. Please, Hassan must survive. Please, please. Muslim, by the way. I'm just wondering if you're noticing anything here. So I actually mentioned this. No one wants to make this connection because apparently there's still some things that are taboo. Apparently there's still some things you're not allowed to say out loud. But don't worry, we're wrecking barriers on my stream every day.
God, there's something that makes me so happy about Nux shitting on Hassan, man. It's I see so much. It's comforting, you know. It's like it's like having a nice home cooked meal from mom. It just makes me feel like everything's normal and is gonna be okay. I
just feel like we hate him for the same reasons. He slandered both of us. He supports terrorism. He hates our country, and he's gonna find out. And it's very entertaining.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if it's relevant, but he directly supports terrorist organizations that personally want me dead, by the way. I don't know if that's relevant, but yeah, that too. Yeah.
It is.
This dude said, is it going to make your life better if I go to jail?
Yes.
Yes, actually. It will.
Yes, it'll make my life awesome. It'll be so cool if you go to jail.
Yeah, he did say that earlier today.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes, he
I'm
did.
glad you mentioned that,
As if that's why he's going to prison. It's like, yeah, you're going to prison purely because you are an annoyance, Hassan, and nothing else. That's it. It's not all the connections that you have.
My favorite thing is the argument is so like retarded too. It's like, will it really make your life better if you step on a cockroach in your kitchen? Yeah, a little bit, I guess.
Like,
but yeah, exactly. If you actually do want me to answer your question, Hassan, yeah, it'd be fucking great, man.
It's definitely been an IQ
a unifying
test.
moment.
It's been an IQ test amongst content creators because I've seen many content creators go live on Twitter and say, guys, you don't want Hassan to go to jail because if he does, we all will. No, that's just like not what he's being arrested for.
Tell me the content creators. Tell me the content creators, and you'll notice they all have something in common. Tell me the ones that said that.
I'll DM you.
Well, I can say them out loud. It's
Go ahead, man.
Sneako, an Islamist. It's Myron Gaines, an Islamist. It's Mike from PA, a communist. Uh-oh. I can't possibly think of the through line here. Are we noticing?
There's more, by the way. There's more.
Yeah, did you see the Reddit expose?
Do they fit into any of those two categories?
Well, there's a very high chance of that, Nux.
Yeah, there is a very high chance of that, actually. That's pretty weird. That's pretty wild. I can't personally believe that at all. All right, now, you got someone in his chat, like, just crashing out. Dude, this is so good. It's like, I highly doubt Myron is simping for Hassan. What a Jewish take. It's like, Myron wouldn't do that because you're such a Jew. That's why you're going after Myron. Myron made a whole tweet about it. Hassan Piker is a faggot. True, a huge, insufferable, pompous one. However, I don't want him thrown in jail for his political views. No, he's not smart enough to be a spy. He's just dumb and loud and woke. No, you can't do that. No, don't arrest Hassan for treason. Very cool. Anyway, let's just take a look at what our favorite religion of peace has been up to, aside from defending Hassan Piker. We got a major kosher store in Golders Green, London, getting blown up. We don't know who it could have possibly been. We don't know who could have done this. All right, here we got people hanging an effigy of a Jew at a Palestinian march in Montreal yesterday. All right, this is probably just criticizing the state of Israel, if I had to guess. All right, this is a Jewish girl who went missing in Toronto, 14-year-old, and when they put up flyers to try to locate her, people tore down the flyers because she's Jewish, and obviously this is going to free Palestine, so obviously they're fighting the good fight. Vile anti-Semitic UCLA students formed a Jewish exclusion zone and beat them unconscious with sticks. You know, because obviously they want to free Palestine, so they have to beat up the Jews in UCLA, like duh, obviously. This is everything I'm showing you happened yesterday. Boston in the United States, we got a black guy dressed as Adolf Hitler filming himself, stomping on an Israeli flag. This is just criticism of the state of Israel, by the way. Now, speaking of China, Muslims forced to drink alcohol and eat pork in China's re-education camps, former inmate claims. So listen, maybe we were wrong about China. I'm just, maybe glass half full. No, I'm joking. I'm kidding, obviously. I'm kidding, obviously.
You know, as I see it, and all these things you're pointing out about the different religions, there's a reason why we don't see almost no Muslim girls in the rape statistics in Britain. It's because it's a religiously motivated rape jihad against Christians by these predominantly Pakistani Muslim men. You don't find the white man, you don't find the white man in Britain raping Muslim girls as some sort of religious targeting, because the reason they don't rape their own girls is because that would be haram. So they go outside of their religion because that's considered all right, because we know what the Quran says about sex slaves and all those things outside your religion. It's just, it's just made up. It's just made up.
It's made up. Good defense, chunk. Anyway, so, yeah. So Muslims are out there blowing up, burning, and raping Christians and Jews across the world, and you're racist for noticing. Did you know that there are Gaza bots that will follow you if you post the word genocide about Gaza, even if you're saying there isn't one? It's all a psyop gets followed by a pro-Gaza guy. It's like, bro, that's crazy. Thanks for your support, says another bot. Like, bro, it's crazy. Tell Hassan, I want him to know it was me. And the mainstream media is doing their best to fight back. Piece on the BBC this morning claiming Restore Britain is attracting young men in large numbers who are fed up and want real radical change. Wrong! It's millions of young women, too. We are radicalizing the bitches, ladies and gentlemen. And all it took was importing a gang of barbaric rapists, and that's all it took. And that is why feminism is an inherently retarded position that inherently cannot ever exist or make sense. You always need a patriarchy, ultimately, because force is owned and dominated by males. So the women will take power and import the rapists and then need men to deport them. So yeah, I just find it funny that we have communists around the world, from Spain to the UN, just getting absolutely exposed. It seems like this Hassan Piker entire investigation is leading us to actually track down like this billionaire in China that's been funding all this shit. All these activists seem like they're completely astroturfed. For some reason, the only people defending Hassan are Muslims. I can't believe it. People like Sneeko and Byron Gaines. That's a shock and a half. Didn't see that one coming. Honestly, I just have to say, absolute freaking cinema. This is the best timeline. Yes, actually denaturalizing and deporting foreign terrorist-supporting retard traitors is based as fuck, actually, and very consistent with my principles. Oy vey, it's another Nakba, ladies and gentlemen. Now, the leftoids in California are getting absolutely eviscerated, too. I didn't think this would be possible, but we're getting a Republican mayor in Los Angeles, and I didn't think that would ever happen in my lifetime, I'm not gonna lie. All right, so anyway, first, before we even get into that, the absolutely diabolical campaign that's being run by Spencer Pratt in LA, I have to show you a new California law that just passed. The Stop Nick Shirley Act. I can't believe that we're here.
This is what many are calling the Stop Nick Shirley Act. This provision right here, B1. This is look, I'm not going to support the bill overall, but at the very least, if you support freedom of speech and the First Amendment, B1 is a problem. And let me quote it in plain English, directly from the bill. A person shall not publicly post or display on the internet the image of a designated immigrant support services provider.
Look at that. What the fuck is that?
That's the language.
What does that even mean?
Plain and simple.
That's it. What is that? What
does
that mean?
It goes on to say, well...
You're not allowed to post images that we don't like. Yep, that's right. That's right. We're going to be arresting you now because not because you said something that's false, but because something you said that was true, and we don't like it.
Only if this so-called provider has given a written request. So let me give you an example. Nick Shirley shows up with his camera crew to the Somali Leering Center. Or maybe
the one which, by the way, actually was raided by the FBI and they got arrested for it, for fraud.
one of the 90 fake hospices operating in a building in Los Angeles that was highlighted by CBS News shows up doing the work of a citizen watchdog journalist. This is something we should promote. We should say, look, we want extra set of eyes. People have a right to go out there and kick the tires and find out what are these organizations doing with our taxpayer funds. Nick Shirley records empty beds at the daycare center, records no patients, no medical supplies, no nurses, no doctors at the fake hospices. On the basis of this research, investigative research, posts this on the internet, interviews some of the providers. And all these people do is they hand Nick Shirley a business card.
Excuse me, Mr. DeMaio. Assemblymember Bonta, you are recognized for your point of order.
I asked the member from San Diego to actually stick to the merits of this bill, which actually has nothing to do with so-called
Thank you,
Nick Shirley.
Assemblymember.
That's right. The Stop Nick Shirley Act, which has nothing to do with Nick Shirley, we should just talk about this. These people are horrible. California voted to pass the Stop Nick Shirley Act. The bill puts journalists at civil risk for investigating fraud and makes it harder to expose fraud in immigration support services, including NGOs, nonprofits, healthcare facilities. They receive hundreds of millions from the state of California each year. This bill would have made it criminal to expose fake hospices in LA or the Somali Leering Center in Minnesota that would claim a reasonable fear, and a business owner gives a written demand not to post the video. Plain and simple, California is trying to make it harder to expose fraud. This is crazy! Crazy. They could be sued for an injunction to remove the video, plus forced to pay attorney's fees, plus $4,000 in damages. Isn't that crazy? The Attorney General's wife, Mia Bonta, created the bill and is now trying to make it law. This is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. And the fact that we've even made it to this point is crazy. Now, JD went nuclear on this.
Nothing. No services, no help, no check-ins. And the very man, the vulnerable elderly man that he was supposed to be protecting and looking after, was reimbursed by the taxpayer in order to do exactly that. That man died. And one day before he died, after months of being neglected by the caretaker who was getting reimbursed by the American people, one day before he died, he submitted his final reimbursement for services he never provided for a man he never cared for. And that man lived his final moments on this earth neglected while a fraudster got rich by providing services that he never actually provided.
So, unbelievable evil, by the way, but also even more than that, they want to make it illegal to expose this now in California. Just understand how deep the fraud is. So, Stephen Miller also dropped a nuke on this one.
Thank you. And thank you again to the Vice President for leading this effort, for helming this task force, for bringing us all together here. I think you can all agree that this is the fastest in history that a government task force has traveled from creation to action. Your typical lead time is going to be a year of meetings before anything happens, and that's if you're lucky. And within weeks of this task force being established, we've seen the largest ever.
Hi, we're the UN. We should have a meeting to decide what meetings we're going to do before we condemn Iran with a strongly worded letter.
Slate of indictments, recovered funds, search warrants, raids, seizures, investigations, and new legal actions to stop, disrupt, and prevent fraud. What we've learned, which is not surprising to those of us who've spent some time in this area, is that fraud is every bit as bad as President Trump said it was, and even worse.
And was right.
So in other words, everything we found either confirms our worst fears or exceeds them. That's the bad news. The good news is that the best team in government under the leadership of Vice President Vance has been assembled to deal with it. And of course, one of those men who you'll hear from in a second is sitting to my right here, the Associate Attorney General for Fraud Enforcement, Colin McDonald. But before I yield the floor, I do want to just touch on one of the points that Andrew hit on in his remarks. All of the systems in our country, whether you're talking about voting, whether you're talking about entitlements, whether you're talking about welfare benefits, were set up based on the honor system. They're set up based on the idea that you could trust the average person.
But we don't live in a high-trust society anymore. That's right. America was built to be a high-trust society. And then you import 4 bajillion fuckers that do not believe in thou shalt not steal. You know, you just import them, you know, from fucking retard land. And all of a sudden, it's a low-trust society. How did this happen? How have we degraded as a society?
To their own morality
Didn't see that one
to
coming.
abide by the rules and comply with the law. And so the way most welfare works in most states and most places is we take your word for it. If you fill out a piece of paper and you say your kids are hungry, you are going to get food stamps. We don't check as a country if you even have kids. The fact is basic as that. We don't even check if you even have children. You will just start getting the checks. And so what's happened to our country is we became a society, as we've seen with the Somali refugee problem in Minnesota, where you have a large number of people that are not following the honor system. They're not playing by the rules.
You mean to tell me that the Somalis have an inferior culture? I couldn't tell from the fact that they have shit-flinging festivals, piracy, and that they live in mud huts as they rape each other. I was surprised, because I thought that the culture that would genitally mutilate 99% of women in the country, I thought that they would be, like, literally ready to assimilate into American culture. But now I'm told that the 67 IQ inbreds can't do it? Well, color me shocked.
We're not abiding by our laws, and the amount that has been fleeced from us is in the hundreds of billions of dollars. I believe, based on what I've seen and what I've heard, is that we could balance the federal budget if the only dollars that went out of the Treasury went to individuals who are properly, lawfully, correctly eligible to receive them. And that ultimately is going to be what we have to do as a country. In the meantime, because of the vice president's leadership, you are seeing the most muscular, robust, aggressive, dedicated, determined.
That is insane. Insane. That if we just stop the fraud, we would balance the entire federal budget. Oh my God. That is unbelievable. Saying the quiet part out loud might be uncomfortable, but it is very real and true. Different cultures are different, and that's just a fact. Homogenous societies are generally safer and healthier. That's a fact. And objectively, the value system that we founded our country on, and the people that are real Americans, I don't mean just, oh, hi, I am a guy from fucking Somalia, and I have paperwork that makes me American. No, I mean actual Americans, not paperwork Americans, all right? The people that actually have American values, and people that actually are part of America's culture, believe in fundamental principles like, you know, thou shalt not kill and thou shalt not steal. You know, stuff like that. So when we import en masse ethnic enclaves of, pardon my French, fucking retards, all right, those guys aren't going to want to assimilate. Well, why should they? They could just completely and utterly fleece us. When you bring a low-trust society into a high-trust society, you just create another low-trust society, man. Duh. It's not racist to acknowledge that the people that couldn't make their countries great will not make our country great. But hey, you're not allowed to say that, because you might offend a 67 IQ inbred that's having sex with his sister to scam their way into the country on some sort of marriage visa fraud. In fact, we should give that person a spot in our fucking government in Minnesota. Now, on the flip side, everything seems to be changing in the California Fraud Department because the people are tired. So Karen Bass, the current mayor of LA, running for re-election, obviously, made this nice video for her campaign. You can drop off your ballot at voting centers and drop boxes throughout the city. Voting early is easy.
Hey! Hello, everybody! All right! We're on the countdown!
Look at her, the way she gets to her little gay orgy party as they vote for some more homosexual rage. That's right. That's California, California over there. Listen, they have more genders than working fire hydrants over there. So she's out there, you know, doing her campaign. Except there's one little interesting tidbit that you probably don't notice here. She broke federal law. California law prohibits electioneering within 100 feet of a polling place or an outdoor site, including a curbside voting area, at which a voter may cast or drop off a ballot, according to election code 319.5. Now, this is very bad because she literally filmed herself and posted a video of herself committing a crime. These people are like actual retards. It's unbelievable. Now, as you can see, this has 2 million views and 800 likes. No one was interested in seeing that one. Spencer Pratt, the GOAT that's currently running to take her spot, dropped a new Karen Bass violated election law. She's so accustomed to breaking the law with no accountability, she even filmed herself doing it. Well, those days are over. We filed a formal complaint for illegally gaming the election. We must protect our democracy. He's so good. He's so good. It's crazy. All right. Karen has to respond. Spencer's just mad that his supporters are AI cartoons and we have real Angelinos. We follow the rules. Also, community noted that she violated the law. It's just so good. It's so good. Now, let me show you what Spencer Pratt's actual campaign is. He is power washing a stencil into the streets of LA. He is power washing. Imagine the streets were this clean. Spencer Pratt for mayor. This isn't vandalism. He's literally cleaning specific areas of the city while, you know, dropping a pretty awesome message. Like, this is the greatest campaign I've ever seen in my entire life. It's actually crazy. Like, she is crashing out so badly, it's insane.
You know, the criminal activity is happening there, and he's saying you don't have to live this way. Well, after he's been gaining such ground and such support by being so organic, you're seeing the elite attack him in a big way.
Elite. And the whole elite coming together to squash this guy. This is, in my opinion, the craziest campaign I've ever seen since Trump. 2016. All right, this guy comes out of nowhere, kind of show business. He's just tired. He wants these fucking retards out, and he's winning. He's actually winning.
This person to attack him is Drew Carey. This is what he said. Anyone who votes or endorses Spencer Pratfall for mayor of LA needs to get their head out of their ass. I understand being angry, unsatisfied, but at least get behind someone competent, not a serial scammer without a soul or moral compass. Blank this guy already. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, and you know, I think part of that is Drew.
Part of that is it's scared. The machine is scared. It's just terrified. Look at it when it's just shivering in fear. That's what's happening. So Karen Bass cheered on the destruction of Koreatown in the riots, and now she's calling my Korean supporters AI cartoons. We must stop this Asian hate coming from Mayor Bass. We can't have a racist like her in charge of such a diverse city, literally using leftoid tactics against them.
Thank you, Spencer, for visiting Koreatown. Nobody has come to Koreatown before like this.
You racist bigots on the left.
Okay, we need to vote for Spencer Pratt. Don't wait.
That's right. You got to do it. You got to do it. And every single time. He goes on every single show. Left-wing media just shreds him or tries, and he just fucking kills them.
What are your plans for the over 40,000 homeless in Los Angeles?
Yeah. It's
his response? Cinema.
Well, they're not homeless. They're drug addicts.
Everything I wanted. I love this guy. I love this guy. He's just so good.
Most of these people are addicted to fentanyl and meth. This isn't Spencer making it up.
Are you saying they don't have homes?
There is places for all of these people.
He's trying to catch him. Are you saying they don't have homes? And if he'll say, yeah, then they're homeless, right? He's trying to get a gotcha.
People to sleep in LA. No matter what anybody tells you, we have housing and shelter for everyone that's living on the street. They are choosing to be on the street because they want to do drugs. They don't want rules. They don't want to listen. They want to have animals to abuse. This idea that they're forced on the street right now is a lie that our city is perpetuating.
Look, everyone's against homeless camps where we just take homeless people and put them in like a giant camp where they can sit all day and concentrate. No, that sounds bad. Or something like that. Everyone's against rounding up the homeless people until you realize that it would make society utopia. This is 40 million views, by the way. That's how viral this went, all right?
Paid $24 billion to house these 40,000 people. There's spots for all of these people. They are choosing, because they're an addict, and you can do fentanyl and super meth on the sidewalk with no repercussions.
That's right.
These places are not as... they have to follow some rules. You can't torture a dog in some of these houses. You can't just attack people.
But are you making fun of the misfortunate? Yeah. Yeah, a lot of them are retarded addicts.
Gonna move.
Well, I just released a 9-minute video, so you can.
I think I saw your video.
Yeah, so it's very detailed.
But it's going to take time to build the facility and money.
No.
How fast do you think you can do it?
These people can literally. I went to Washington and I saw miles of the most insane prefabricated housing and building. I asked all the CEOs of these companies, say, how long does this take? I met with FEMA and HUD. 3 days. 3 days. And all of this is cheaper than trying to take over.
That's right. And we're going to take him and we're going to round him up and we're going to put him in a camp. Oh, no, but the poor guy that just wants to live on the street. Too bad. Too bad it's not his street. I pay taxes that this street is clean. I pay taxes so that there isn't a meth head that's living on my porch. I pay taxes so I don't see a drug addict abusing a dog in my driveway. All right? These people are, I'm sorry to be rude, are parasites. on our society. They should not be treated like kings, where we're not allowed to touch them. That's right. Oh, everyone's against rounding up the homeless until you realize it makes the place paradise. Now, Nithya Raman, all right, who's running against him, saying that, oh, he doesn't believe in vaccines. No, he doesn't believe in vaccines.
I interviewed Nithya Raman last week, and in the interview with Nithya Raman, she said about you, and I just want to give you the opportunity to respond to this. She said,
I don't need to hear it,
she
so
said,
you
you
want to
don't,
tell
she
me.
said you don't believe in vaccines, you think that the Sandy Hook massacre was a hoax, and that you're a conspiracy theorist. What's your response to that?
I would say Nithya Raman is a pathological liar that sat just a week ago with an anti-Semite that literally said that 9/11 should happen, Hassan Piker. So we're talking about people.
I thank you, Hassan Piker, for being the face of the Democrats. Thank you so much, you unlikable terrorist piece of shit. It's unbelievable. I love it so much. You have no idea. Look, man, every bit of popularity that I got to Hassan Piker through my videos shitting on him, that put him on the grand stage, that made people like, I have to say, you're welcome to the world. Because the fact that this guy is out there campaigning with Democrats is so fucking perfect. It's crazy. It's just a party of terrorist lovers that hate our country.
Morals, I would say she should check her out, because I would never sit next to somebody who has no
he's
problem
so
with
base.
Jews getting.
Look, he doesn't need to sit there and respond to every claim made against him. I don't fucking care what you say. I don't care what you call me. You can call me an ist and a phobe, and I don't give a shit. It doesn't matter. Your boos mean nothing. You are literally sitting with a quote anti-Semite dog shocker that literally said America deserves 9/11.
Getting attacked.
Yeah, and as he said again, he's sitting with a guy who doesn't care if Jews are getting attacked.
Who has no problem with Jews getting attacked.
God damn, he's just firing back with straight heat every time. So he dropped this little video. How do we fix LA? We don't have the money. Well, let's explain it.
The number one question that everybody has for me when they hear my plan is, how can we do that, Spencer? We don't have the money. Let me clue you in on a little secret.
All right,
we have the money.
We do?
It's just being stolen.
Oh,
you
shit.
pay countless tax dollars.
That's right, we
You're
do.
taxed on your income. You're taxed on your gas.
I am.
You're taxed on your property.
Dude, I'm taxed on everything.
out every single expense.
Tax out of the bass.
Expensive transaction you endure is taxed.
That's right.
Yes, hundreds of restaurants have shut their doors thanks to Karen Bass and Nithya Raman. Businesses are fleeing their terrible leadership, so revenue is decreasing. And I will turn that around, but we have plenty of money in this city. It's just being stolen.
That's
Our streets are
baby.
a mess. Every day people pop tires. Their suspension is shot. All because our streets are left in utter neglect and disrepair.
Potholes can cause some pretty
I hate
costly
potholes.
car repairs.
One pothole damaged as many as 10 cars.
More than a dozen vehicles damaged, many with blown out tires.
Both of my tires on the passenger side just blew out.
I hate when that happens.
And the bent of my rim, I think bent my lower control arm.
Resident Francisco Garcia collected these hubcaps, evidence of the overnight damage.
The average cost of a pothole-related car repair is about $600, and it's something 1 in 10 drivers have to deal with.
We have not invested in our infrastructure, and this is the consequences.
These are beyond just potholes that have
Operation Let Them Speak.
busted open under the negligence of Karen Bass. These are bass holes. But people ask, how can we fix the bass holes? We don't have the money. We do have the money. It's just being stolen.
crazy.
I met with the truckers.
This
who
is the greatest campaign ever run since Trump 2016. Not even close.
used to do this work for over 100 years for LA, paving our roads until Karen Bass came in.
The city hasn't repaved a single street since last July. They say the city's own data shows 0 miles resurfaced this past fiscal year, and the draft budget proposes 0 miles in the new year.
We're just completely failing at the most basic services at this point, keeping people safe and keeping our streets functional.
They used to do 600 miles of paving before Karen canceled their federal contract. And now the city just does 60 miles of paving. Also, now Karen Bass only does a fraction of the bass hole repairs that they did before her. Why? Well, in her first year as mayor, she stole the $100 million contract that the federal government gave to these truckers.
Oh, is he lying? So sue him.
Gave the money to NGOs profiting off of the homeless drug addicts. We have the money. It's just being stolen.
That's the
What
message.
about public safety? We have less firefighters today than we have.
You can tell they don't know what to do with this guy. They don't know what to do with this guy. They'll spread, they'll say he's a conspiracy theorist and that he likes Trump and Trump is a fascist and he's bad and he has a bad history. They're trying everything. It's scared. Look at the machine as it's scared.
had in the 1960s.
lashes
And yet the
out when it's
population of LA has doubled. But people ask, how can we hire more firefighters? We don't have the money. We do have the money. It's just being stolen. Right now, LAFD engines are so overwhelmed with responding to overdoses and rubbish fires, medicals, and arson fires coming entirely from the attics on our streets. Because of Karen Bass's policies with the city attorney, LAFD has to send out an ambulance and a Type 1 engine to every overdose, every sprained ankle, every toothache. They are sending those big red trucks that you see fighting fires, all to shove Narcan up a homeless guy's nose. Those engines chew up about 30 gallons of diesel going on unnecessary runs.
If he calls for stub toe, toothaches, we do it all. Whatever it is, we're here.
Being a paramedic, we're the busiest resource on the fire department. I go on 15 to 20 runs a day. There's only 24 hours in a day, so if you're going on 20 calls, you guys do the math.
Across the department, we're wasting over $7 million every year on wasted fuel. Not to mention all the wear and tear and extra miles on these engines that should have been retired.
I thought they cared about the environment.
To Mexico 10 years ago that are now breaking down, crashing, leaving us all in danger. Before the Palisades fire, the fire chief warned Karen Bass that they were dangerously underfunded and unable to keep Angelino safe. What did Karen Bass do? She cut the fire department budget by $17 million and gave it to, you guessed it, NGOs profiting off homeless drug addicts.
Budget cuts have, quote, severely limited the department's capacity to prepare for, train for, and respond to large-scale emergencies, including wildfires. You sent that warning about these budget cuts. We had a team on the ground, a crew there, and witnessed number of homes burned to the ground, and there was not a fire truck.
That's so
in sight.
fucked up.
How did that happen?
When there's a $17 million cut in our budget, operating costs, immediately from
Democrats,
that point, I had to make some tough decisions.
Scammers.
Would that $17 million that had been cut from your budget have made a difference in this fight?
No shit.
Yes, so I would say yes, we were limited to a certain factor, yes. We did exactly what we could with what we had.
We have the money, it's just being stolen. People ask, how can we treat the homeless? We don't have the money. We do have the money. It's just being stolen. Karen Bass and Nithya Raman have sunk billions of dollars into the homeless problem. But it's all being wasted on dubious NGOs that increase drug use, hand out needles and crack pipes, and actually give drugs to the addicts on the streets of LA. A developer bought a property for homeless housing at $11 million. Days later, the city paid him $27.3 million.
Oh my God,
a $16 million flip. No new carpets, no pool addition, just straight up fraud.
This is a property. The billionaire got richer. The country got, the city got richer. The NGOs got richer. 0 homeless people actually admitted.
Flip in West LA in the neighborhood of Cheviot Hills that was highlighted in a federal prosecutor criminal indictment announcement. Actually, in this investor, Stephen Taylor, who purchased a property in West LA, purchased it for $11 million. He was at the same time selling it to Weingart Center for $27 million, financed by taxpayers. The appraisal used to justify the price had inaccurate information. There was inaccurate information about the ownership of the property, and we also found that Mayor Bass's office,
really
there was some emails from the city indicating that her...
It's unreal how, like, the actual Democrat elite that claims they're fighting for, like, the little people are just becoming rich off raping us. It's so wild.
Her office was had a big role in the selection of this property.
And this is just one of the many projects that needs to be audited and investigated.
A prominent homeless service provider, the Weingart Center, has been awarded over $100 million in taxpayer funds despite years of failing to comply with federal audit mandates.
How did that happen? When we asked the state controller's office,
How did that happen?
They say they don't review audits from nonprofits at all.
We have the money. It's just being stolen.
Yeah, that's where we're at, man. Just complete and utter humiliation. All right, so Lisa Rinna, all right, all the woke celebrity retards, they're all coming out because it's scared. The machine is scared. They're terrified of this man. All right, so this is her talking about how Spencer Pratt shouldn't be mayor.
Very political.
I am. That's true.
So who should be the next mayor of LA?
That is a good question.
That's why I'm asking you.
I am going to say, I don't know yet. Not a reality star, though. I'm sorry. I love him, but we've already done that. We're not going to do that again.
Do you think there's a good chance that he will be the next mayor of LA?
He could be. I mean, he's got power behind him, it seems, but I don't know.
Why are so many?
He's got power behind him, which is why literally the entire elite state billionaires are all after him, slandering him every place that they can.
Hollywood people on the west side into Spencer Pratt being mayor.
You got me. Because listen, I'm a reality person. You wouldn't want me as mayor. Really. I mean, let's just face it. I love him. I think he's amazing.
Sure,
I just think we did that. Let's have somebody that's already been mayor.
This is the most retarded argument of all time. Let's get a guy who's already part of the corrupt establishment to be mayor and continue to fuck things up. Wow, I'm really glad we were able to get one of these out-of-touch Hollywood elites in the gated community talking about what LA actually needs. Wow. So anyway, so she's shitting on him for being a reality star. He has the greatest fucking response coming out of the stratosphere with this nuke. Like, dude, this one dropped from orbit.
You know, you're known as a reality TV star. Do you think that that is, in your campaign for Los Angeles mayor to run the biggest city in California, is that a label that you embrace? Is that hurtful to your campaign, or does it help, you think?
I mean, the reality, pun intended, is that was from 20 years ago. And if we look at what Karen Bass was doing 20 years ago, she was in Cuba learning how to make bombs with the people that would then go bomb Capitol Hill. So if we're looking at backgrounds, I'm pretty proud of what I was doing at 20 on reality television, even though it was, you know, I may not have been the most likable character. It was still TV versus trying to destroy America and going to Cuba 20 times and praising Fidel Castro. So against my opponent, my background's pretty strong.
Bro, he's unstoppable. Like, they don't know what to do with this guy. They just don't know what to do with him. You know, they'll ask him a question, and he'll just be like, oh yeah, like, unlike her, right? Bro, Nithya Raman is freaking out.
We need to make sure that when you call
this is the socialist opponent.
911, someone picks up the phone quickly, and someone shows up when you call, and that it's the right person that comes when you call.
That's right. Nithya Raman says, when you call 911, someone should answer right away. 300 likes. Quote tweeted, Nithya Raman, defund the police. It's absolutely fucking over. Vote for Spencer Pratt. It's time to take our country back, and it's civilians, citizens, and people that aren't part of some established, infinite, elite bureaucracy, all right? It's us that are going to break free of the mind rape and indoctrination, and we are going to take our country back from these swindlers, frauds, cheats, and foreigners. We have the money. It's just being stolen. So Caleb Hammer was going really, really viral because he just exposed, like, a really obvious, glaring issue with our society.
How much does your transition shit cost?
Hormones?
Yes, how much does it cost?
Well, I just got back on Medicaid.
Hormones,
so
but no, you got tits as well.
Those were free.
You did your
Those were free.
Nails?
That's right. He's auditing this transgender creature's finances, okay? Just to understand. And the creature immediately responds with, but my finances aren't so bad. The boobs were free. Free? Nothing's free.
Why?
Because my body is priceless.
No, how was it free?
Oh, Colorado taxpayers.
It's free. You paid. Okay, let's just understand. You paid. I paid for this completely fucked up, degenerate retard to mutilate their body. I did that. That's right. The government decided that was more important than, I guess, paving our roads. This should radicalize the shit out of you, man.
Not federal, right? Just Colorado?
I
hope that, because I just wrote a $4 million check the other day to the IRS. If that's paying for literal titties, what are we doing?
This was years
I have
ago.
nothing.
Not just titties. All right, it's trans titty. That's even worse. All right, you weren't just paying for something useless. You were paying for something that mutilated a human being.
Nothing wrong with trans, but why am I paying for people's boob jobs?
Don't get me wrong. I don't think it's.
I do have something wrong with trans. I don't hate trans people. I just pity them because they're retarded. And I think that actually genitally mutilating yourself is actually not a very good thing. Personally, I don't support castration in general, actually.
Happen either, but I did abuse the system. Because why would I pay for it if I can get it for free?
That's right. Why would you pay to mutilate your body when you could get the taxpayers to pay for mutilating your body? Let's go, baby! You have to understand the level of retard we're dealing with. That's our society.
The government, the taxpayers paid for your tits?
I mean, I pay taxes too, so
No, you're not a net contributor. No, we just sent you $4,000 back, especially with your no tax on tip thing, and the majority is tip. It's honestly, it's just I'm not in favor of the no taxes on tip thing. It's so stupid. You already contribute nothing, and it's just more populist policy.
No, you're right. We should just be getting paid a normal wage, so we shouldn't have to get tipped.
Well, that's fine too, but advocate for that. It's just so stupid. It's just a performative policy, and that's why both parties are on it, because populism is winning right now, and it's so stupid. You already don't contribute anything. You're part of the...
I do contribute to
No,
stuff.
you're part of the 50% that contribute 1%. It's nothing. It's a drop in the bucket.
I don't know
if it was gone, nothing would change. This is we give everything to you. Now we pay for your boobs.
Yep, and this should radicalize the absolute shit out of you, man. Now the culture is changing on this for sure. Like the whole trans thing is dying out. You know, this was in the news. You know, YMCA in Liberal City finally cracks down on new rules after a woman opposed pre-op privates in female locker room. Community note, that's called a penis. Yeah, right. So, you know, people are tired of this, obviously. But this is crazy, right? To think that our taxes are paying for, you know, these mentally retarded people to mutilate their bodies is just fucking insanity. You know, and the whamonization of society is fucking insane everywhere.
So Morgue Pie got banned. Morgue Pie banned.
He's a popular Twitch streamer, just got banned
on Twitch after green screening Dark Souls 3 on her feet. So
yeah, you're not angry enough.
Dark Souls will resume during the weekend. What if they banned her for racism because the feet are black now?
No, they didn't. They didn't.
Green screen Dark Souls. I don't know if I can show this or not. Like so. This is it. So this is what it was.
Could you imagine Twitch is a gaming platform for 13-year-olds and it's literally just porn?
So, wow.
Yep. This is streamable on Twitch, ladies and gentlemen. Yep, that's right. Welcome to Western civilization, where the libtards are whoring out all of society.
These hoes are running wild. Oh my god. Oh my god. What is this? Somebody goes, is that Dan Clancy? Oh wow. I don't know if I'm really gonna be able to look at that. Please, this is crazy. Streamer bans Morgue Pie. What is this here? Damn! They just can't get this bitch under control. They can't stop.
They banned her a dozen times and they still keep letting her back. Dude, it's crazy. These hoes be crazy. These bitches be insane. I wonder why no man will date me. Yeah, all right.
Unbanned after 11 hours. Unbanned after a day. Unbanned after 13 hours. Unbanned after a day. Unbanned after 7 days. Unbanned after 40 minutes. Unbanned after 2 hours. Unbanned after 2. So was Dan Clancy on vacation in May? Unbanned after a day. Unbanned after a day. Unbanned after a day. Unbanned after a day. Oh my god. This girl has gotten banned so many fucking times. You know what's funny about this is that it's only good for her. It's actually gonna help her.
Yep, it's advertisement.
Bro, it's actually working. Like, look at this here. Dark Souls first playthrough 4 out. Look at this. Look at that. Is she view botting? Like, how do you? There's no way. What do you mean you get? Oh my god. Look at these clips. Jesus.
Bro,
at 4,000 up, viewers. Look at this. Let me go back.
Like, the left is trying so hard to normalize infinite whore jutsu, all right? You know, domain expansion, brothel society. They're trying so hard. It's like women can't compete with men in the market. Well, don't worry, because we're just gonna hoify everything in society. That's right. That you, the taxpayer, are gonna pay for her tits.
Look and see. Is this botted? That's botted. That's botted. That's botted. That's botted. Okay, so maybe it's not as much motion as we thought it was. We got mommy day pool party. How much you spend on OnlyFans? Okay. I'm gonna tell you the truth. What you want to do is you want to find out who your favorite OnlyFans model is. And then what you do is you type that name into Google. And then you put a space at the end of that name. And then you type leaks or leaked afterwards. And you get it for free. I've never paid for OnlyFans in my life. I don't even know how it works. Some girl tried to give me a free subscription to her OnlyFans. I didn't even use it. I have Google.
Brutal. Absolutely brutal. But unfortunately, we live in a society that is absolutely depraved. And it's done on purpose. Literally, the left is pushing it on purpose. They want that. So here's a little clip from Caleb Hammer's video with this creature.
June 1st, I'm launching the Hammer Elite app, available on
That's pretty cool. Wow.
every major platform. Join the waitlist by using the link
I'm
in
so
the
happy that Caleb Hammer is popular. He just does financial audits on retards, and it's popular and people watch it, and it's huge because it's very entertaining. And my favorite part of it is simply that it's exposing the left. Nothing like it's great. You don't even need to be. The alt-right pipeline is just realizing that the left is raping you and your country.
being a bitch. Guess what? You're not a victim. Before filming this episode, why were you here at 8 a.m. this morning? Because you got kicked out of your hotel that we sent you to. You little
no shot. He booked this person a hotel room and he was kicked out of it. I can't believe it.
freak. We sent everyone to like the same few hotels. You're the first one to get kicked out.
Well,
I don't think other people are the problem.
You mean to tell me that this mentally ill retard, as you could tell by the fact that he mutilated his body, was kicked out of a hotel for being retarded? This comes as a shock and a surprise to me.
So how are you the victim in that? How are you the victim in that? Let's hear.
At first, you'd be like, "Hey, we just want to know if you can help us out because we had no hot water, we had no AC, the microwave wasn't working." Comfort Suites.
What? That's not where we sent you.
Well,
what?
I didn't book it.
What are you talking about? Okay. So you were being nice.
And
well, actually, the water just wasn't hot enough. It's not that
it literally was not working. I tried it for 30 minutes.
Go ahead. Continue.
Okay.
You are a goalpost pusher the moment you get any kind of pushback, but go ahead.
Well,
story changes at all times. Continue.
And then he was
infinite victim. Right? These people cannot ever be responsible for anything.
How are you the victim in this? Yes. Let's learn.
We tell him what was going on.
Was he stinky and gross?
No, but he was rude. He immediately was like, no, we're not doing shit for you.
Doubt
we already
this.
gave you.
The guy at the front desk is not saying that.
He didn't say shit, but like, he still was just like,
So he just lied.
This is why we can't believe anything. She is
true. Because the left only lies. They use words as weapons. They don't actually have value systems. So do you really believe that the people that don't believe in thou shalt not steal are going to believe in thou shalt not bear false witness? I say this all the time, but it's so obvious. I see no reason why you should ever believe a leftist. Why should you ever take their words at face value, literally ever? You know, like I see a lot of people say, well, you should just like, you know, like in the beginning, just judge them fairly, you know, put yourself in their shoes, shit like that. I'm sorry, man. If you're going to walk up to me as a complete and utter degenerate, by the way, it says in the Bible, a man that's castrated is not welcomed into the congregation of God. Quote from Deuteronomy. If this motherfucker's not welcomed to the congregation of God, why should I accept the words coming out of this man's mouth at face value? Explain that to me. Quote, Deuteronomy 23:1. No one who has been emasculated by crushing or cutting may enter the assembly of the Lord. All right? So, again, I'm not going to take that person at face value. I'm just not.
This is the person on TikTok.
They always lie. They will always lie to you. I just like, bro, people get so mad at me when I say this. I like innocent until proven guilty, but liar until proven truthful.
Was trying to cancel someone for like rubbing up against her in a subway. This is the person on Reddit who is trying to hold everyone accountable.
That's right.
This is the person that has ruined all things in our cancel culture bullshit. There was a correction that happened with cancel culture, and it was good because many people were not being held accountable, but it went way too far with people like you who just claim victimhood on everything. And the moment you get pushback, you have to make up shit.
I don't claim.
Someone literally sent me a voice message. It's like, hey, long time no speak. I keep seeing people slandering you on the internet and saying all these horrible things about you and hoping for your death and downfall and stuff. I hope it's not getting to you. I'm like, no. I do not fucking care. Your boos mean nothing. I've seen what makes you cheer. Like, literally, I don't care. I just imagine it's this guy. I just imagine this guy is on the other side of the death threat. You know, I don't care.
Victimhood.
What? That's all you've done for 22 minutes now.
But sometimes, you know, I am the victim.
I'm sure, yeah.
I literally was sexually harassed.
Don't care.
And then I literally had
I don't even believe you. I don't believe you. I don't care because I just don't believe you.
Manager that had to get out to get me. And
yeah, bro, no one is sexually harassing you. Okay, it's not happening. Transgender people claiming that they're sexually harassed. Bro, dude, no one's into you. I'm sorry.
And then now this guy was a complete dick to you, and then he actually really said nothing.
No, he was rude.
But you just said he said nothing.
He told me I was not allowed to talk.
The story is changing all the
only
time.
going to talk to my friend because she's passive.
Yes, because you were probably being crazy. Absolutely. That's a fair response.
No, I just said the F word. I said we had no hot water.
Oh, come on. If you're going down there like, we don't have any hot water.
That's not how I said it to him.
You're right. You were probably a sassy, even worse.
Probably.
No shit.
Probably, yeah.
No
Probably.
shit. He was like, actually, I'm going to talk to your friend because you're being too much.
Well, no, it's because he tried saying that that the shower worked. It didn't work. We had no hot water.
I don't believe you. You've ruined all credibility
so
for yourself.
that's why when I went back to get my charger, they were fixing the sink or the faucet in the shower.
So why the did he kick you out?
There it is.
Because he wanted to. Because they were probably fully booked and they wanted to fit in.
What was his reason?
Okay. They kicked you out of the hotel because they wanted to. Maybe they were transphobic.
Told they threatened to call the police. They wouldn't threaten to call the police because you said
it is true.
No, they would not say that. See, this is why
this is a person that's complaining that they're broke and he can't afford shit and the society is bad and society is wrong, getting kicked out of hotels, getting free surgeries from the taxpayer.
I can't believe anything you say.
We want to go get them. There's cameras in that.
This is why I can't believe anything you say. They would not threaten to call.
Oh, this is a man that says he's a woman. Why would you ever believe anything that he has to say anyway? Like, I'm sorry. This person obviously doesn't have a grip on reality.
Call the police because you say, we don't have any hot water. That would not happen. In no real world would that happen.
I'm sure.
Well, I guess we're not in the real world.
He gave you 30 minutes.
This is the man that thinks he's a woman. Like I don't assume that this guy has a grip on reality as is.
To leave, threaten to call the police. This would not happen if you just said a bad word.
Yeah, it is though. I said it twice, and he
Should
was
we
mad.
call the hotel and ask?
I mean, if you want.
What would they say?
Oh shit.
I don't know. They probably would be confused.
Well, they have weird shifts there. I don't know. I need to know exactly what hotel it was.
It was Comfort Suites, Austin Airport.
Austin Airport?
Yeah, because we're in Austin.
Yeah, this is not where we really.
It's by the airport.
Yeah, I know. This is not where.
The hotel that you sent was expensive.
Yes, but it's reimbursed.
Yeah, but you have to have the money in your account to buy the ticket, which I didn't.
We don't know if you guys are gonna, because you guys are the least reliable people you can believe.
We're the least reliable people. You guys don't answer your phone.
Desk and all other inquiries.
Dude, I love that this dude is praying to the God that he already rejected. That the guy doesn't answer the phone because he's a liar. Like, they just never expect accountability. They just expect all of society to bow to them.
Good morning. Thank you for calling Comfort Suites Austin Airport. This is Tina. May I assist you?
Hi, Tina. Are you working at the front desk?
Yes, sir.
Hi, Tina. There was an incident this morning with... they are guests on our financial audit show here in Austin. We put them up in Comfort Suites Airport. They were kicked out and threatened to call the police on them. I was wondering if you could give me more information on that, since that's where we booked them.
That's a pretty nice way of phrasing it.
The GM was trying to explain. They were trying to get a comp night for the one they stayed the first night because they didn't have no hot water, so their shower wasn't working. We moved them. As soon as we moved them, maintenance went in to check that room that they were in. Everything was working.
It's so bad. It's so over.
We did move them into a bigger suite.
Oh my god. Like, again, are you gonna trust someone who thinks that they are the other gender? Like that on their stance on reality.
And so they were trying to come back or get a late checkout for tomorrow. And my GM told him that was not possible. And then her guest started talking, and he asked her to hold on because he was speaking to, I believe, was the one who made the reservation. And her guest used foul language towards him several times, and he asked her to stop.
So they were stuck-up bitches. Got it.
And she continued, so he asked them to leave.
What?
Because he did not want to.
Oh, okay. So she was being disruptive?
Yes, the guest was.
Okay. Well, what kind of language was she using? Was she being hostile towards?
She was cussing. I'm not sure. I was here, but I was doing other stuff. So, but I know that was the altercation this morning.
Okay. Is your coworker okay?
It was our GM.
Is your GM okay?
And yes, he is fine.
Okay. Anything else we should know about this?
No, sir. If you have any more questions, you can call our GM. He'll be back here in a little while or first thing in the morning. He went to another property.
Oh, okay. Understood. It was the GM. Wow. Okay. The call of the threatening to call the police is what kind of concerned me here. Why did it get pushed to such extreme level? I'm wondering.
Yeah, that's something you would have to ask him. Like I said, I was here and that was kind of what I heard going on, but I was sitting to other guests. And, I was here at the counter as well, but, there was so much going on this morning.
Okay, so just confirming one more time. So they stayed there, and they were essentially trying to, it sounds like, rip the system a little by trying to get the room comped that they were in because they were complaining about not hot water, and then you guys went in and found there's hot water, and so you actually found out that they were lying about that so that they could get a free stay.
Weird.
Yeah, and then we moved them to a bigger suite.
Oh, you moved them to an additional suite. Okay. Okay, thank you for the confirmation. I really appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. Bye-bye.
You're not a victim. You're a lying bitch, and I don't believe anything you've said about any allegations in the past about anyone around you. You're a bad person, and no one believes anything because of heads like you.
I love how people are like, I'm going to just assume that the person that's lying about their gender is just telling the truth about all the other things. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry to drive the point home.
Ted?
Well, I also heard you're kind of... Didn't you guys have, like, methadone on you?
What?
Or something like that?
No.
My security guard told me.
What?
What?
No.
I'm just saying. He told me it's the first thing that happened when I walked in.
I'm not okay with that. That is not in my bag. That is not...
Okay.
I am not a addict.
Okay. I'm just saying.
I don't even know,
I don't know. I'm just saying that's literally the first thing he told me when I walked in the door, and then I told Brandon. So, I wasn't making up that happened. I will believe you that didn't. I will. That's fine. I'll believe you that did not happen. But
Maybe.
I'm just saying my security guard told me that.
Okay.
So you lied to me, which means I unfortunately can't believe your assault thing, which unfortunately also means I can't believe your harassment thing or your firing thing.
Right. Another thing, don't believe women.
A liar.
I don't believe you're a woman. It's just so good.
Don't believe you're the reason why people won't believe women. You are the reason. Yes, do you not get this? Do you not understand this? I've had this happen to me and people around me. People like you are horrible. You've ruined it. You have a slightly negative experience and you over sensationalize it, and you destroy our
sensitive
culture.
And can't handle.
Sensitive? You tried to get a free room. They moved you to a bigger, better suite.
We tried getting the first night comp because I didn't have hot water to take a shower.
And then they went.
People are fucking destroying society.
There and
no, society is so destroyed that this even exists. All right, this whole situation only exists because we have abandoned God. All right, unfortunately, we have so many people that for some reason think that something like this is even remotely acceptable.
They proved that it was wrong, and they put you guys in a bigger suite anyway. You guys are trying to milk the system and get some free money, you disgusting, degenerate piece of shit.
Yeah, basically.
You're annoying.
I'm annoying because you got called in your shit for the first time in your life.
No.
Yes.
It's not the first time.
So you probably deserve to get fired. You probably were not harassed. No one believes you, and unfortunately, no one believes anyone anymore because of people like you. You Reddit, TikTok, brain freak.
Bro! Just fucking laid it out. Based. Yeah, and this is the person that, and our tax dollars are paying for this person's free boob job and free transition surgery, because that's considered healthcare by some fucking retards, and hormones, medications also free on us, because nothing's actually free. It's just paid by other people. Bro, of course I don't believe women. I don't even believe you're a woman. It's me with this garbage, dude. You know, the Bible was written 3,000 years ago, the word of God, and it's still just completely right about everything, actually. Kind of weird how that happens. It's almost like it was divinely inspired or something, right? It's pretty hilarious, actually. Every enlightened libtard has created a society that's so fucked up, it's insane. Now, this is a long-standing take that I've had, and a lot of people disagree with me on this one. For some reason, I think that everything wrong with Western civilization could be stemmed back to feminism. Really, literally all of it. I think it's people that have played on the heartstrings of forgiving and kind Christian civilization in order to basically manipulate people into discarding the word of God for some sort of more enlightened, empathetic belief system. And that is the root of all of the things, all of them. The degeneracy, the scams, the immigration, all of the issues I think could be trailed right back to this. And unfortunately for me and society, I keep getting proven correct.
So basically, Meta is laying off more people. Today, we reduced headcount by 22%.
Wow.
The Meta...
Wow, I can't believe that.
Layoffs are some of the most dystopian things I've ever seen. Unpopular opinion.
All these ridiculously B words that are unfortunately everywhere now, and for some reason we just have to tolerate them in the hoification of society.
You don't have to dress corporate to be professional. So this is her. I guess she got
This is the downward spiral of civilization. Yeah, that's right. I could be a tech worker and dress like a hoe.
Hired at Meta, and so she showed up to work looking like this. Anyway, so this is what happened. Asha, as previously shared, we've decided to reduce headcount as part of our continued effort to run the company more efficiently and allow us to offset other investments we're making. Unfortunately, your role has been eliminated as a part of today's reorganization. This is the TikTok she made.
Got laid off from Meta today.
You got laid off.
Honestly, I feel so happy.
You should have quit.
Yeah?
I'm free, like I can finally breathe again. Funny part is, I exceeded expectations for the last 4 years in all of my performance reviews.
Wow.
I was never meant to build someone else's dream while ignoring my own. I'll be a founding creator at one of the coolest AI fashion startups in Silicon Valley. I got laid off.
Wow. You got laid off from Meta. Now you're doing a fashion brand. I'm sure that's going to go really well for you. This is the CEO.
Bro, these people are literally gaslit by the system to think that they're all Captain Marvel. Right? I'm not even kidding. Every single one of these people thinks that they're completely and utterly gaslit into thinking that they will truly find themselves fulfilled as some sort of fashion icon / ho-fluencer. All right, and people are falling for this. It's crazy.
That fired the HR team a couple days ago. Oh shit, he's explaining it.
We got rid of our HR team.
Why?
We had an HR team. That HR team was creating
That's
problems.
right. That's right. That's right. Man, I'm so glad we've incorporated women into the workforce on such a massive scale that they are literally, like, we need an entire woman workforce to enforce the woman workforce and basically shut down all actual progress to be made because they're too busy having meetings to decide on when they will have more meetings. Essentially, the nagging has gotten to such an insane degree.
That didn't exist.
That's right.
And those problems...
They have to invent problems. They invent problems, and then they have to invent teams and policies to stop the problems that don't exist.
Disappeared when I let them go.
Perfect.
Every single
It's perfect. It's everything that I've ever wanted to hear.
Company in Silicon Valley is full of worthless DEI. This guy, believe it or not, follows me.
My coworkers keep saying I need to make like a tech TikTok because if you look at my TikTok, you'd never guess I have a job. Anyways, this is our current workstation.
Not a good sign.
Callie and I are what you call product managers.
In other words, useless.
Callie, what is your team?
Where they are literally inventing useless jobs to make sure that women can't actually get married and be home and take care of their children. It's so fucking sad.
Over. My team is over reporting and internal tools. And I am over
useless nothing burger job.
What we call card experience. We help prioritize and help the engineers stay on track and help them know what to build.
Oh,
they do fucking nothing.
We help the engineers stay on track.
They're just nagging. They're like, hey, I have a job for you. You're going to be nagging men all day. And they were like, oh boy, my calling.
Oh boy. Oh no. Whenever you're helping them stay on track, they're thinking, thank you so much, Samantha.
Yeah, exactly. So you might have a team, like the engineers actually do the developing, the coding. Product managers.
Bro, this is literally libtard dystopia. You import infinite Indians to be the tech managers. You hire two completely useless college libtard graduates to be in charge of this. I think you just fuck all of society.
Essentially decide what the team's going to work on, do competitive research, keep everyone focused, motivated, and
basically just have endless meetings.
And driving towards business outcomes.
Driving towards business outcomes.
That's what we do. We work from home.
We do nothing. We work from home!
Which means you work from the internet. So this is our office today. I hope all you coworkers are happy.
And aren't you happy that these people now exist?
Those problems disappeared when I let them go.
That's right. And no,
So
to
basically,
the surprise of literally no one. So this is a video that I think has probably the greatest title and thumbnail on all of YouTube. It's made by a friend of mine. Think before you sleep. This guy is an absolute goat. All right, so I already opened this video, so you'll see the red bar. I didn't watch it yet. Florida woman goes to the dentist, and the thumbnail is just a screenshot of a Florida woman in a dentist office with a police officer. And literally the entire story is already told. You know exactly where this is going. It's insane. Right, so I didn't see this yet, but I was told it's cinema.
All right, what's going on? Oh, so they called the cops. They have the cops here now.
Yeah, we know where this is going.
Have fun. And good luck.
What the fuck just happened? I pushed a button on my keyboard and it skipped the middle of the video. Hold up.
All right, what's going on? Oh, so they called the cops. They have the cops here now.
So what's the issue?
The issue is all I want is documents that happened today, so that way I can take it and I can get the work done that I need it done.
You heard what she said, right? You can get it later. I told her I would mail them to her address because
they don't have an address.
And I asked her to write it down.
She doesn't have an address.
Hang up the phone. This person's not a part of it. Okay. All right. So you're gonna have to leave the property now. If you come back here and cause more issues, we're gonna have a bigger issue. Okay. They do not have the documents ready for you right now. And that's the end of it.
Okay, so we have a routine visit to the dentist office where the police had to be called because the suspect is probably the correct word. So the police were called because the suspect is mad that they wanted to mail her paperwork to her.
Because they don't have an address or a place to send it to.
She does need to write
Can you give her one?
Why? They already told me I have to leave. I have to leave the premises right now.
If you want them sent to you, then give them the address. It's very simple.
What address?
Yeah, this seems so easy. If you pay close attention, you can even hear that whoever's talking to her on the phone agrees with the police. Now, to clarify, I think initially the dentist...
Bro, it's so bad. It's so bad, dude. All of society is crumbling because of Karens. The Karens are destroying society. All right, let's take a look at what our leaders have to say about this. All right, so we have Zohran Mamdani praying. Cool. We have AOC in a hijab. All right. We have AOC and Zohran Mamdani fighting the patriarchy. I'm really glad that the people in charge are really worried about the actual issues.
Just wanted to mail the paperwork to her instead of giving it to her in person that day because she was being a pain in the ass and they didn't want her on the property longer than necessary. And they also didn't want her coming back to pick it up when they finished it.
Well, it's going to take me a minute to do it. And the way she was acting, I couldn't have her. If you guys are sitting here with her, I'll do it. But I don't care.
When I can come back and pick up my documentation, I will come back.
She's going to print it up right now.
Oh my God.
Okay, all right, just come outside.
A Florida woman goes to a dentist office. This is the greatest description I've ever heard.
No, I don't know. I
We're
work.
going to wait outside and she's going to print it up while we're here.
I thought she just said that they could.
Just wait outside.
Outside.
Go wait outside, she'll print it for you.
Yes, Daddy.
Okay, now I'm engaged. So this is like a prostitute. Thanks, Boondocks. Many life lessons learned from that show.
You better make that deep boy work, bitch, and stop playing with me.
Yes, Daddy.
And now we know why the police had to get called over some medical documents at the dentist. But the reason I wanted to focus on this police encounter is because recently the topic of culture has come up a lot in social media discussion.
Yeah.
Many people have realized that the reason
Dude, I don't think people understand the fact that we're winning so much. People are so fucking blind to the amount of winning that's happening. Cultural victory after cultural victory. The fact that these discussions are being had is such an unbelievable win. People don't remember what 2020 was like. Every mayor in every city kneeling and praying to St. George Fentanyl Floyd. You know, blessed be his Fent. All right, you do not remember the level of retards that we had to deal with. All right, like, dude, we are winning on an unfathomable level, and you have to stop blackpilling.
Regular people have to live with all these restrictions and limitations is because of an actually quite small group of people who are screwing it up for everyone else.
Yeah.
For example, this story has been going around on Twitter. Some doctors and engineers decided to go to the Ichikawa Zoo in Japan where that famous monkey Punch is. When they got there, they jumped into an enclosure to promote some stupid crypto coin. Because of
Wait, it was an African again?
Those two guys, the zoo had to install a net to prevent that from happening again, and now we can't see monkeys at the zoo. Wait, no, I'm gonna leave that in, it's fine. So when it comes to a person like this who can't handle a simple activity like waiting for some documents without causing a scene, know that these are the people that we have to focus on to fix a vast majority of society's problems.
Are you going to wait for the documents or not? Hello?
Oh my God. You all right?
No, I just want to
She
leave and
said,
I can't leave.
listen, can you listen for 1 second? She said it was going to take a few minutes, but the way you were acting, they didn't want to do it while you were here. But now that we're here, they'll do it while we wait outside with you, okay? They don't, you know what? Do you have a job?
When we came back.
Okay. Paper that they said that they were just about to bring out.
Yeah, and then you
The 5 words that could destroy every libtard. Do you have a job?
left, so we thought you left.
No, I left to go for a walk so I can calm down. I didn't leave, but you told me to come back in here when everything was done. So that's what I was doing.
I just told you to wait outside, then you...
That's what I was doing outside. I was
Okay, all right, can you just sit down and we'll get your documents here in a minute.
Okay, I'll go for another walk again and wait.
Okay, no, don't go for a walk, just stay here. I don't need you walking around everywhere. I need to find where you're at so we can just give you the documents. I'm sure it'll be just another minute.
Come back when the documents are done and I can go for a walk until then. I don't understand why it's a problem for me to just step outside and go for a walk.
I already have a headache. They asked her to leave and she wants
like this? Bro.
to stay. Now they're asking her to stay and she wants to leave. Literally.
Lord, give my pimp hand the strength required to fucking teach this bitch a lesson. No, I'm kidding, obviously. I would never call for violence or anything.
Being a pain in the
But
ass.
she needs a dad. Like, so obviously, right? She's got a dad-shaped hole in her heart, and she is trying to fill it with being a Karen and ruining everyone else's life. All right, bro. Society without dads.
Just because. Normally, I would use this term for marketing, but my friends and I like to call these kinds of people high-friction individuals. The reason being that ideally, when you try to sell something in a business, you try to reduce the number of actions that a person has to take to buy your product. Doing that increases the likelihood that customers will make a purchase, like Amazon's one-click buys. It's easy for a reason. To put it simply, the number of actions that you have to take to do something is called friction. And usually, when you're trying to improve your life, one of the most effective ways of doing that is to reduce friction or reduce the number of actions that it takes to accomplish things that are good for you. However, the mentally ill love increasing friction and adding roadblocks to everyday activities. Think of a show like Hoarders, where walking to the front door is almost an impossible task. I swear I watched an episode where a woman had to use her neighbor's toilet because her house was so full of junk that she couldn't use her own bathroom. That's high friction. So understand the amount of roadblocks that this streetwalker is putting everyone through just to get some pieces of paper from the dentist.
You're making a bigger issue than
I'm not trying to make an issue. I'm not trying to make a problem. Why can't I go for a walk until this is done?
Bro, she needed a dad.
How much longer till the documents?
Like, we are literally stunting a generation, turning a generation of people into completely, socially unacceptable whores and retards just because of the dad crisis. All right, because for some reason everyone needs to get divorced now. For some reason.
Okay.
So can I go for a walk until it's done?
No, stay here, or we're gonna be trespassing you from here. Okay?
Why?
Just stay here. Just stay here. They're getting the papers. I'm not gonna babysit.
You don't have to babysit. I said I would come back in a little bit when this is done. I
Oh my God!
Just and then when they're done, I can
sit
call you
down.
and we can come here together.
Oh my God!
Just stay here for a minute.
I don't want to do that.
This girl is the queen of unnecessary roadblocks. To clarify and reiterate, in case you forgot context, the original plan was to mail the documents to her. However, because the police are there and in order to reduce friction so they don't have to deal with her anymore, the dentist office has decided to ready the paperwork for her immediately. But instead of the suspect saying, okay, well, I'll just wait 5 minutes, she decides to overcomplicate everything by saying that she wants to go for a walk until the documents are ready, which is, of course...
I'm just saying, a woman marrying a man and then being married and having children with a woman and the man working and the woman raising the children to be good people, and then the woman growing up and, becoming 20 and getting married to a man, and then they raise their children, is actually just the cure to like 99% of problems in civilization. I'm not even exaggerating. The most basic bitch aspects of life are just actually fucking awesome and biblical. And society, for some reason, decided, no, we need to ruin that because we hate God.
Pissing off the officer because she doesn't want to waste police resources by waiting for some undetermined amount of time for the suspect to come back. Like, God, this chick's behavior is annoying. It's like having to type in my credit card number every time I want to make a purchase. Just arrest her and give her a huge fine. Stop trying to accommodate her. You need to inconvenience this chick back instead of letting her control the situation.
I just want to leave so that way I can go and finish what I had to do today.
They're working on it.
And they're taking a long time, so I can't go for a walk because I have to go fill out an application and an interview right now.
Okay. You left. Okay, we saw you leave. I hung out here for another 5 minutes. You clearly weren't coming back. I told them you left.
I never said I wasn't coming back. I never said
Oh my God.
How am I supposed to know?
Why should everyone in society be jumping hoops to accommodate you? Like, it's crazy. Actual Marvel movie syndrome. Every single like 20-year-old woman without a dad thinks they're Captain Marvel, and you can't live in and you can't live in a society like that.
Oh, I can't read your mind.
You can't read my mind. Okay, you don't know what I'm going to do or what I have to do. I had an appointment to go at another place that's near here that I missed an appointment.
Right, now it's the officer's fault that you missed your interview because
You're a
you
victim.
couldn't wait for some paperwork.
Sure.
I mean, your pimp said it was okay to wait. Also, she's not dressed for an interview. She started this video out in a sweatshirt and yoga pants. I doubt she's about to be interviewed or going to an appointment or whatever she changed it to. Maybe the actual story is that she was supposed to go meet a client, if you know what I mean.
I'm not trying to play games. I have an appointment somewhere else that I have to be at.
Okay, then do you want to come back later today for the documents?
I can come back whenever I need to come back for the paperwork and whenever the paperwork is done. That's not a problem. I don't mind coming back when the paperwork is done.
You had an issue with it earlier today.
No, I did not.
That's why I was called here, because you had an issue with it. I'm not playing games with you.
I never had an issue coming back to pick up my paperwork, but they told me that I wasn't going to be able to get it for a while.
Now you have the customer thinking, what the hell, why is there a cop here? Let me just say that if I'm a new customer and I saw this shit going down,
Yeah,
I would
I'd
probably
leave.
never come to this business again, and I
Absolutely.
would tell all my friends to not go there because I would think it's ratty. For longtime customers, it might be different, but it is very likely that she's costing this dentist office business by causing a scene. They should just arrest her at this point.
Why can't I just come back after I finish what I had to finish there, and then I can finish my and then I can come and pick up the documentation, and I can call you.
Just wait a second. Is it ready?
2 more minutes. He's finishing his note real quick. That's why I said it would be better if she came back.
Right. Well,
And I prefer her
now
to come back ever.
Okay, so she can be trespassed?
Yes.
Okay, so you hear this. Okay, if you leave the property and come back, you'll be arrested. If you leave right now, you cannot come back. Okay?
I just want my paperwork.
Okay, wait 2 minutes and you'll have your paperwork. Okay? Do you understand? If you return this property, you will be arrested.
I don't mind that. I don't care about
Okay,
that.
so
That's fine. I just want my documentation so I can take it to my new doctor. So they can do what they need to do.
Oh
Since
my
they don't
God,
want me-
just wait for 2 minutes and shut up.
Moody. Okay.
I have to.
You have to be here and
let me write down my information or whatever.
Okay, ma'am, sit down.
I'm not a dog. I'm not sitting down like I'm a dog. I'm not a dog.
Stay right there. You're not moving anywhere. You're waiting for your documents. Unless you want to leave, you're going to be trespassed and you'll be arrested if you return.
I want my paperwork.
Come sit down. You're not blocking the doorway.
This is crazy.
We need back up here in case I have to go hands-on with you. Come sit down right now.
For what? I'm asking for my documents.
Get out of the doorway. You're not going to be blocking the doorway for all these other
I'm
customers.
not blocking the doorway for anything. The door's open. Anyone can come in here. I'm not blocking anyone.
Come on, she's begging to be arrested. I understand trying to de-escalate when
telling
possible,
you,
but she's
man.
crossed a line like 10 different times.
These people
So now
are
it's time to make her life
insufferable.
hell so she doesn't think she can get away with this elsewhere.
You absolutely have to just do things. You know, we could do things. We have like a button, all right? And it's the fix everything easily button. And you can just push the button. And no one wants to push the fucking button. No one wants to push that goddamn button. It's right there. It's right there in front of you. The fix everything easily button. The everything becomes better button could just be pushed and everything will get better. And no one wants to push the button.
Where the reason she's so confident in being a pain in the ass to police
It's because no one has ever done anything. It's because her victim bullshit has just won every single altercation in her life every single time.
is because she does this to other people and they put up with it. Now, if you're afraid of standing up to this kind of person, let me just say that most of them are really weak and they cave instantly the minute someone tells them to shut up.
All right, do you have your ID on you?
No, I do not.
All right, get off the phone.
No, I'm calling my mom.
Get off the phone.
You can't tell me I can't call my mom.
Come sit over here. All right, she's trespassed. They're getting her documents right now.
I'm waiting.
She wants to be argumentative with me. I told her to sit down. She wants to call her mom and stand in the doorway.
They're refusing
go wait
to
outside.
do my issue. They refuse to
All
do
right,
my
let's go outside.
No, I'm not
Let's go
doing
outside.
anything. They told me to
You go
wait
to
2 minutes for my paperwork. I'm waiting for my paperwork. I'm opening. The door's open, wide open.
Go outside and
That's
go
not
to
an
jail.
issue.
All right, that's
I'm
all
already
right.
getting arrested. Why am I
Get up and outside.
Okay,
Get up and go outside.
I just wanted my paperwork. Why is that a
Get
problem?
up and go outside because you're not listening.
Okay, if you do not get up right now, you're going to jail.
That's it.
Just
All
go
right,
no, I'm going outside. I'm going outside.
No,
I'm outside.
I'm not playing games.
I'm outside.
Bye. W. Let's go. W.
See what I mean? Instantly caved. She's used to walking all over
Yeah.
people, but she's not used
She
to them.
just expected her bitchy nagginess to survive her entire life. She just expected everything to work out if she just bitches and nags because she's the main character in a Marvel movie. And unfortunately, every time reality wakes up, nothing radicalizes you like a little dose of reality. You know, when the woman that's pro transgender shit and then goes into the bathroom and sees the toilet seat up, and all of a sudden they're radicalized. You know, nothing radicalizes a retard like reality.
Standing up for themselves, so she doesn't know how to deal with it. That's how most of these annoying people are.
Turn around. Turn around.
This is what we call George Floyd, ladies and gentlemen. She
Body
can't
cam
breathe.
footage has been great for exposing how these police
Dude, I
encounters
love body cam footage. Shout out to black people.
actually go. Really eye-opening. You can see she is clearly resisting arrest. She's very clearly resisting being grabbed.
Why are you doing this? I just wanted my documentation. Why are you doing that?
All right, go on, Kev. Oh. Hey, stop resisting.
Turn around.
You're going to get hurt if you don't comply. And that's by your own accord.
Resisting
Hey,
arrest.
raise your hands.
Brutal.
You want to get tased?
Let
Put
go of
your
your
hands in the
hands.
back now.
Hey.
I just wanted my documentation.
Then you should have listened.
Stop resisting.
I was listening.
You are not listening.
I can't breathe. We got another one, ladies and gentlemen.
Stop.
I can't breathe. I'm laughing so hard I can't breathe either. W, let's
Stop.
go.
Stop.
L.
Every person being arrested since about 2014 suddenly can't breathe.
Yep,
I mean,
true.
she's breathing so loudly that you can hear it. She's like, I can't breathe.
You can scream, you can breathe.
I
Just
can't
saying.
breathe. Now, in the past, I might have spoken differently, but in the modern day, I'm so sick of people who pull this shit that the more they cry and struggle while they're in the process of finding out,
W.
the more I enjoy the video.
That's right.
Knock it off. We're gonna bring all
The
your...
more she is publicly humiliated and suffers because of the consequences of her own actions, the less likely she's gonna do it again. I'm just saying, and hopefully everyone can see this video. Share with your friends. Let everyone see exactly what the consequences. Shouldn't have done it. To quote Asmongold, shouldn't have done it.
This stuff now. Knock it off.
Hey, I need my ID in my wallet.
Wait, I thought you didn't have your ID.
All right, do you have your ID on you?
No, I do not.
All right.
I guess she did have it.
Yep.
No, I need my ID. I need my wallet.
You're gonna get everything. Calm down.
No, I need my ID. I need my wallet. It's all over.
You'll get everything. Calm down. This is ridiculous.
I just wanted my documentation.
Then you would have got it if you listened. Let's go.
I did listen.
Stand up and get in
That's
the car.
right.
No, I'm not getting arrested for
Yes,
this.
you are. Get in the
Yes,
car.
you are.
Arrested.
Because now you're gonna arrest you for refusing to move, and it's insulting the police officer.
Gotta be
Get in the car.
worse.
I didn't assault a police officer.
It's gonna get worse and worse.
Man, you're gonna get pulled in if you don't get in the conversation. You're gonna get tased in 1 second.
I didn't assault a police officer. I need my backpack, please. I need my backpack, please. Hey, I
Get
need
in
my
the car.
backpack, please. Please.
Bro. Just gonna get worse for you. The more you're retarded.
God, what a day. What a nuisance. It's very shocking that no one got hurt. The suspect starts kicking the
You know,
door.
it's honestly insane that, like, we need to live in a society where this is considered acceptable by, like, half the population, and then they say defund the police.
In the glass window, though for the most part, the police have her under control. And now that the witch is contained, let's see how the dentist is doing.
I think she probably has something in her bag she doesn't want you guys to know. Is she like
shit.
around the corner somewhere?
A little snitch. I think there's something in her backpack that she hid from you. Good move. Get her in as much trouble as possible. Because I think what this lady is suggesting is that the real reason that the suspect actually wanted to take a walk is so that she could ditch some drugs or do them. Honestly, it's hard not to think that this girl is a regular user of hard drugs based on her completely unhinged
Obviously.
behavior over some paperwork.
I told you.
Covered in piercings, covered in tattoos, talking to her daddy on the phone, walking around, you know, completely angsty, doesn't want to give her address to the dentist.
I was frightened.
I not
Two men.
I told you we were gonna be back.
2 men on a young lady. It's just crazy to me.
She's in.
All right, so this is her stuff.
Hang on, I got
Man on a young lady. Yep. Bitch deserved it. Shouldn't have done it.
Oh yeah, thanks.
This is her paperwork. I never want to see the lady again. I don't know what I need to do for that trespassing or whatever, but
She already knows you trespassed. She called an issue, so
okay. Well, thank you. I apologize.
no, it's okay.
I've never in my life seen something that crazy, but I guess that's normal for you guys.
Yeah, you should start voting for people that actually want to put these people in little camps. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Nux, you want to just round people up and put them in a box? Yeah. Notice how society will get better really quickly.
Yeah, I only saw something that's crazy one other time, and it was me fighting another girl like that.
It's always the girls.
That's an interesting perception.
Wow,
But now we finally have the paperwork.
interesting.
Mission accomplished. Though this all could have maybe just been an email. You know, keep it simple. Next, the police have to look through her bag, and it looks like she has some makeup brushes that she's now going to have to throw away because they put them on the floor. Great move, cops. I approve. We have some 5 gum and something that looks like a burner phone. So she's not beating the drug addict prostitute allegations.
No, can I please call my dad? Please, it's his birthday today. I can't miss this.
Oh, I'm
please.
sure, yeah,
I
all
just
right.
don't want to get arrested. I didn't do anything to deserve this, please. I don't want to get arrested. I don't want to go back to jail. I don't want to go back. I don't
Back.
want to go back to jail. Please don't make me go back to jail. I don't want to go. I don't want to go.
It's like she knew that this was a very high likelihood. She was arrested before. She still acted like this. Like, bro, dude. Some people just need to be put in a box. You know what I'm saying?
Going back to jail? Now, again, you might think it's heartless for me to make fun of her frantically crying or possibly having a panic attack.
Publicly humiliating these people is the solution.
Mom, my mom's right there. My mom's right there. Mom, my mom's right there. She's in that Jeep right there. My mom's in that Jeep right there. Please. Mom, please. Please, Mom, no.
Holy shit. Literally as mature as a toddler. So you may think it's like heartless for me to make fun of this person because it looks like she's crying and having a panic attack or whatever. But remember, she caused all of this.
No,
she
dude.
could have just been polite to the
What are we
dentist.
talking? Dude, we should be making fun of these people. What are you talking about? Like, this ideology is cancer, and it needs to be expunged from society.
Instead, she had to disrupt their business and possibly scare their customers away. Not to mention, they gave her like 20 different warnings to try and prevent her from being arrested.
Yeah.
Personally, I think it should have been like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
We need to be less tolerant of these people.
Yes.
My empathy goes out the window.
Dude, I'm so tired of this garbage. Bro, tolerance is not a virtue. You have been mind raped by society to think tolerance is a virtue. Literally. Tolerance is not a virtue. Intolerance is a virtue. Being intolerant to evil is being virtuous. Being tolerant to the infinite hoes and rapists, that's not virtuous. I don't even understand where this ideology came from that it's virtuous to be tolerant. Like, they pick words that they just completely utilize to their advantage. And honestly, I don't even think these words mean what they say they mean. You know, they call it Pride Month. Dog, Pride's a sin. Hello. Like, they'll pick these words It's like, it's actually satanic. They'll take a word and they will mutilate it. They will take a word that's evil and then they will try their absolute best to contort it into something good. It's honestly insane.
For those who cause their own problems like this. Like I said, I actually enjoy watching people like this suffer. You have to be in that mindset or you'll get manipulated by their crying and fake sob stories. Now, if this were someone who was innocent, watching
I don't like watching them suffer. I just like consequences. That's what I have to say. I like the finding out stage of the fuck around, find out ideology.
Video like this would genuinely be traumatizing.
It's not her suffering that I enjoy in a vacuum. Absolutely not. Seeing a woman suffer is heartbreaking. Unless it's due to the consequences of her actions, and all of a sudden I fucking love it.
For example, watching Arena Zarutska get stabbed caused me mental health issues for weeks. But when it's someone finding out after some shit they started, I don't lose sleep at all. Weird how that works.
That's right.
I'm begging, please. Have mercy. Have mercy.
Bro, you cannot take.
Jeez, I gotta show the free ring clip again.
Demons use words.
This is my favorite clip in all of anime.
Trick humans. You can't trust a thing they say.
Can't trust a thing they say.
They're monsters who learn to speak. Monsters who found they could lure in humans by crying, "Help me."
I'm tired of these people playing victim to make us feel sorry for them as a way of getting out of
good.
drama that they caused. I have seen so many bad people play this game that the minute I see it, I instantly start hating the person.
You're all gonna burn.
Please help me. I'm sorry. I did nothing wrong. Please. I'm just a good person. Please. Notices she doesn't get help. You're gonna burn. You're gonna die.
Just wait. Hell is opening up soon. Have fun. And good luck. I wish you all the best. Satan will be here.
Oh, so she's literally a demon. Or she's one of those women who thinks she's like a witch or something who can cast spells. A lot of prostitutes are into that witch.
Did you know that the #1 growing religion in the United States of America among young women is women converting to witchcraft? That's a real thing, by the way.
Craft shit. You know, they say the devil makes work for idle hands, and basically what's going on here is that this is like a directionless person who just kind of exists and has no life purpose. So her purpose becomes annoying as many people as possible. Social media is full of these types.
Prove to me you guys are not racist and let us two sit down. Yeah. Prove that you guys are not racist and let us two sit down. All right, come on. Let's do it. Prove it. Prove you're not racist. That's one. That's one. That's one. One more. One more. Oh my God, you guys are going viral. They're going to say you're so good. Look at, what are your names? Say your names. Say it. This is good.
They're like, yeah, we're not giving you our names. Go away.
Miserable.
For context, this took place in New York. I love the lack of social awareness here where the guy doesn't get that.
New York! New York is so cooked, bro.
The only reason that they moved is because they don't want to get assaulted. Now, you might think that these surrounding people would help them if they were to get attacked, but not in New York. If they try to help, they'll get arrested while the criminal will just walk free.
Probably.
Why would anyone want to live in NYC?
True.
Speaking of the miscreants of society, let's check back in with our little spellcaster. She's really been creating a ruckus in that cop car by kicking the door a bunch of times, so reminding everyone that she said she didn't want to be treated like a dog, the police have decided to transfer her into the human equivalent of a kennel van.
Isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful? This is cutting off my circulation and it hurts.
Listen, no more fighting, all right? Or you're going to have more charges and you're going to stay in jail longer.
Why am I going to jail?
Let's go.
Because we don't like
No
you.
more fighting. Let's go.
Sorry, that's how it
Come on.
hurts.
You'll get out. You'll get out today if you don't fight.
You're gonna get more charges if you don't
The
comply
faster
with
you
this.
get there, the faster you'll get out. As soon as you get up, We're gonna put him in the
Bro,
front. We gotta-
I love how 1 second ago, you will burn. You will rue the day. You will rue the day that you have put me in prison.
Stand up. We're gonna take those off and put them in the front, all right?
Oh, they're putting her in the kennel van!
So it looks like she damaged that door. I hope they charge her for that instead of having my tax dollars go to replacing that panel.
True.
Hang on. No, you gotta put them in the front or we're gonna put them in the back. Where do you want them? Oh, stop. It's not tight. No, it's not
It
tight.
hurts from the being on it.
All right, hang on.
Squeezing my
All
wrist.
right, hang on. Okay.
Yeah. The way it says from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. There's no way. There's no way that's her tattoo, right? Okay, show me the sea. All right, never mind. I got so scared for a second. Infinite retards out
Not
there.
tight. If I can get my zip for Mexico. Okay.
I didn't even try to put your finger through it.
Come on, get up in there, all right? Come on. Sit right in the corner. All the way over.
All right, scoot in.
Okay.
Or, hey, you're gonna hit
Into the kennel van you go.
Or you can just do that.
That's right.
You can see the cops were like,
Put her in a box.
laughing at her. Looks like I'm not the only one who enjoys the reactions that people have when they find out.
Based.
So that's pretty much it. It says here that she spent 5 days in jail. Not long enough, in my opinion. Give her like 2 weeks. She also got a nearly $500 fine. Make it more. Well, never mind. The jail time's enough. Her mom's just going to pay that fine for her. How do you think she turned out that way? But I cannot stress this enough. Our punishments are way too light in this country. We need to be tougher on criminals and tougher on people who create problems for either no reason or out of extreme selfishness. And also, we should be very outspoken against behavior like this.
Like, I don't understand, like, if you're struggling, why don't you go to like a cheap buffet? And you just go to the buffet and you have like all you can eat stuff and then just like save the food when people aren't looking.
Steal the food is what she's saying. She's saying, why don't you just go and steal shit?
Go to buffets and spend
Man, don't you love podcasters?
Minimum amount and get all the food and just wait until no one's looking at you and like bring Tupperware.
Man, I'm so glad that we have people that don't believe in thou shalt not steal in our country. Aren't you? Aren't you happy that we've done this to ourselves?
And put it there, okay?
Hey, everybody.
I love how every single atheist is like, you need God to tell you things to be moral. And then they literally advocate for like sins, like the 10 Commandments to break those.
Life hack, just steal.
Yeah, sure.
Gee, I don't think any poor person's ever thought of that one before. I guess buffets are going to have to close now because of changes in consumer habits. But with all of this in mind, maybe some Stoic philosophy is relevant because people love to use their economic situation or social standing as an excuse for their shitty behavior. However, as far back as 2,000 years ago, some people realized that whether you're rich or poor, all people suffer, all people can have discipline or be degenerate, and all people are capable of good behavior or bad behavior. This assumption that being poor means you're moral and being rich means you're immoral is stupid. There are rich.
That's called neo-Marxism, and it is quite literally being groomed into the minds of people in every school system in America.
People who do good things and there are poor people who do bad things.
Obviously.
And all of us can fall into the same vices no matter what our wealth or social standing is. So the measure of a person should not be how much money they have or how popular they are. The measure of a person should be their virtue, because everybody can practice good virtue. Everybody can do the right thing. And the measure of a good society is about how many virtuous people are in it, which is why we need to keep all the wrongdoers in line or quarantine them to a mental hospital or an island. Outside of that, if you want to find yourself in a happy place with people who like you, there's nothing more valuable than a person who's honest, a person who doesn't have like 10 different vices, and a person who will do what they can to help others if they need it. And the way you achieve this, whether you are rich or poor, is to get your self-esteem from your good deeds and your discipline, instead of getting it from the things that you can buy. Anyway, thanks for watching. Follow me on Twitter.
That was a nice moral at the end there. I find it really interesting, just like as a general rule of thumb, that people who have been inspired by biblical systems or biblical philosophy or part of a culture that's founded on biblical ethics just happen to be better people in general. The people that reject that just turn out to be complete immoral shitbags, just like almost all of the time. It's really funny when you start to notice these things. It's kind of wild how this book, written 3,000 years ago, kind of solves all of these issues. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. It's almost like it was divinely inspired or something. But as a rule of thumb, that's why I think most of these people are just degenerates in general. Like most of these people that go out there and they preach all their shit and their values and whatever, and it comes from whatever the fuck you want. Oh, if you're poor, why don't you just steal? Life hack! Yeah, that's actually immoral because stealing is a sin inherently. Not just because it causes harm to other people, but it is inherently evil. And these people do not believe in inherent good and evil, and therefore I can never ever trust them to actually just not be evil. But hey, that's just my opinion. You're free to disagree. You'd just be wrong. That's okay. Lots of people are wrong. You'd be one of them if you disagreed. That's fine. That's totally cool, actually. I love living in a society where people can have opinions that are wrong. Thanks for watching. Definitely subscribe. Anyway, that was today's deep dive on all the things covered in the least homosexual way possible. Insane W's, out the wazoo levels of finding out. I once again really appreciate all the support from all of the people. You guys are freaking awesome. I'll see you in the next one. Every day, new deep dive on all the things. Share it with your friends and family. And let's put these people in boxes. Bye-bye.